Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on My TV Charleston.
It's Night Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Friends, family, loved ones. It might be the smoothest, sweetest sentence in all of the English language. Football is confirmed all the way back. Here at the Hawknest field side with the legend Everett German, I'm Jack DeLongshaw. I think it was the Texas Longhorn great Sam Ellinger that said, back.
Yeah, guess who's back? Another season of high school football here in the Low Country. Excited, and boy, what a great way to start it off with Philip Simmons and Hanahan.
I'm telling you, the Hawks, the Iron Horses, these are two teams, the rivalry, very real. Philip Simmons looking for a little bit of vengeance after Hanahan, in region, ruined their perfect season. But week 0, I feel like maybe a little bit of bad blood between these two.
Two outstanding programs, two great coaches, great culture, and both of these went to the playoffs last year, had some success, but they didn't get it all the way done. This year, they're looking to cap it off there at the state championship.
Head coaches Eric Bendig and Mylan Turner, so much respect between these two. It's going to be an absolute blast tonight, but maybe a couple guys to keep our eye on. Philip Simmons, after losing 2 running backs who accounted for over 3,000 yards a year ago, we're going to look at the quarterback Tavian Orellana tonight as a dude that's maybe carried a little bit of pressure on those shoulders this year.
Yeah, a third-year starter, a guy that knows how to win games. In the past, you talked about it, ground and pound. This year, the aerial attack. We're not going to say it's necessarily the air raid, but look for the Iron Horses to ride their way to championship through the air.
Tavian, 15 touchdowns, only 1 interception a year ago. Kid's wildly efficient. Can he take that next step? And for Hanahan, the dude that we are stoked to see, he's going to play on both sides of the field. Drew Goldsmith at wideout, at DB. The kid's a speedster.
Yeah, safe to say they need to have the pickle juice on hand. This guy is not going to leave the field. He will play, like you said, offense, defense, special teams. He'll do a little bit of everything except sell hot dogs in the stands. I am looking forward to seeing Drew put on a show here tonight.
Come on, football fans, we're back. Let's go. It's Night's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Hanahan, Philip Simmons, right after this short break. Eye on Philip Simmons after losing 2 running backs who
ladies and gentlemen. And now to honor America, please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hanahan Stadium for tonight's matchup between the Iron Horses of Charleston and your Hanahan Hawks. We'd like to thank tonight's Booster Club sponsor of the game and one of our most loyal and generous corporate sponsors, Theory Collective. Co-owned by Ashley Grace and Christian O'Neill, Theory Collective is a modern salon located in the heart of Hanahan on Gagan Road. Nationally code-certified, Theory offers a collective of stylists specializing in color, style, makeup, and nail services. They treat their clients to a luxury experience in the latest trends, and they offer a wide range of styling products at affordable costs. We love that they are dedicated to giving back into the local community by donating 12% of their profits every year to local nonprofits like the Hanahan Athletic Booster Club. Learn more and book Theory Collective services at theorycollective.net. Folks, welcome to tonight's company's Friday night rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. Tonight's game is being broadcast live on My TV Charleston and WCIV social media and YouTube channel. Join us in kicking off our 15th season of Friday Night Rivals broadcasts.
Who's going to get through there? I want to see this. They are going to watch that. So,
were y'all level good?
yeah.
Yes, sir. I dropped me.
I know. I told you from a long time. I told you a long time. My mom is somewhere ready to flip me in the ear.
got these right here. What are these? You want me to put, here, I got two. Hey, Chris. Yeah, I had some tea.
Folks, the Hanahan Athletic Booster Club would like to thank some fantastic businesses for their corporate sponsorships during the 24-25 school year. These businesses are making a big impact on our student athletes. Their sponsorship helps the Booster Club to provide new uniforms, sporting equipment, scholarships, athlete recognition, and more. Please join us in thanking these businesses for their generous donations. Bowling Village and the Red Group, Bushel on Automotive, Charleston Rubber and Gas, Charlestown Construction, IDZ, Foundation Council, AB Solutions, Legendary Chiropractic, Library of Children, School Board Member Michael Evans, O&R Heating and Air, Plums Appliance, Powell Roofing, Restoration Church, Thomas First of Edward Jones Investments, Cocktail Catering, Berry Collective, Grove Up the Hill, Home State Farm Insurance, Williams Tire Auto Service, Rackstar Vehicle Wrecks and Signs. If you own a business and would like to support our student athletes through a corporate sponsorship, visit HanahanAthleticBoosterClub.com.
Welcome to Season 15. This is Night Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on My TV Charleston.
It's Night Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Friends, family, loved ones. It might be the smoothest, sweetest sentence in all the English language. Football is confirmed all the way back. Here at the Hawknest, fieldside with the legend Everett German, I'm Jack DeLongshaw. I think it was the Texas Longhorn great Sam Ellinger that said, "We're back."
Yeah, get back. Another season of high school football here in the Low Country. Excited, and boy, what a great way to start it off with Philip Simmons and Hanahan.
I'm telling you, the Hawks, the Iron Horses, these are two teams, the rivalry, very real. Philip Simmons looking for a little bit of vengeance after Hanahan in region ruined their perfect season. But week 0, I feel like maybe a little bit of bad blood between these two.
Two outstanding programs, two great coaches, great culture, and both of these went to the playoffs last year, had some success, but they didn't get it all the way done. This year, they're looking to cap it off there at the state championship.
Head coaches Eric Bendig and Mylan Turner, so much respect between these two. It's going to be an absolute blast tonight, but maybe a couple guys to keep our eye on. Philip Simmons, after losing 2 running backs who accounted for over 3,000 yards a year ago, we're going to look at the quarterback Tavian Orellana tonight as a dude that's maybe carried a little bit of pressure on those shoulders this year.
Yeah, a third-year starter, a guy that knows how to win games. In the past, you talked about it, ground and pound. This year, the aerial attack. We're not going to say it's necessarily the air raid, but look for the Iron Horses to ride their way to championship through the air.
Tavian, 15 touchdowns, only 1 interception a year ago. Kid's wildly efficient. Can he take that next step? And for Hanahan, the dude that we are stoked to see, he's going to play on both sides of the field. Drew Goldsmith at wideout at DB. The kid's a speedster.
Yeah, safe to say they need to have the pickle juice on hand. This guy is not going to leave the field. He will play, like you said, offense, defense, special teams. He'll do a little bit of everything except sell hot dogs in the stands. I am looking forward to seeing Drew put on a show here tonight.
Come on, football fans, we're back. Let's go. It's Night's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Hanahan, Philip Simmons, right after this short break.
Gotta be. From that area, the last name of Porsche, like, yeah.
Is it same spelling?
Is it P-O-R-C-H-E-R?
Yeah,
Yep.
same spelling,
Yep.
right?
Yep, it's gotta be. And actually,
Saw his son not too long ago.
is Robert back here?
Yeah, he came over for like Thanksgiving last year when the Lions, but I think they're like up in like up on 41, I think.
Gotcha.
Here come the Hawks.
Yep, gotcha. Keys first, you said, Russ? Okay. I'm going to hit it right from the jump. I can't. We welcome you back into Wiley Knight Stadium for tonight's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals. And I'm going to go straight to you for tonight's keys to the game, brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet, Cruz Chevy on Rivers, just north of the Northwoods Mall. You got a friend at Cruz Chevy. How you walk away with a W tonight?
Well, I think when you think about Hanahan starting off, they're going to have to come up with the big plays. Big plays will equate to a big win. Get off the field on third down and also force turnovers, but also not turn the football over. For Philip Simmons, new offense, same head coach, they're going to put the ball in the air. Flex your muscles in the trenches. You're bigger, you're stronger. You should be able to win that battle. And then, hey, I'll see you at the football defense. I'll be there, you'll be there. We'll have a roll call at the football. Gang tackling will be needed by the Iron Horses.
I had to slip that one in there. I know it's your favorite line, but defensively, they're so big up front. Watch that linebacking crew, to your point. Roll call to the football all night long for the Iron Horses. Just a few seconds away from kicking off this 2024 fall season. If you don't have goosebumps, then you're probably not tuning in watching with us. Nothing like a little football in the fall.
Sun is now starting to set. Just a gorgeous night here in Hanahan to kick off our high school football coverage.
We are underway. A big boot from number 23, CJ Falatico. As how about that return? Did we tell you to keep an eye on him? Leading the way was Drew Goldsmith, but a really nice return from Hanahan. That was Trey Shepard, the senior running back.
Yeah, good job. He had a seam there momentarily, but as you mentioned, Drew Goldsmith, a young man, we will obviously say his name a lot tonight, already making his presence felt, because if he doesn't bring him down, he could still be running right now to the end zone.
Make something very clear, too, when you talk about Philip Simmons' offense, defense, the special teams always such a factor in these ball games, especially early on. As you're iron out those wrinkles. CJ Falatico, a junior, big leg, range out to close to 35, 40 yards. So something to keep an eye on as Hanahan gets underway. How about a little swing pass to the outside? Hippensteel finds Shepard before he's met. Big-time tackle on the outside from Daniel Scarth, the middle linebacker.
Yeah, also Cam Richardson, the senior DB right there as well on the stop for the Iron Horses.
Take a look at tonight's Sunbelt starting lineups without the right equipment. You've got no game. Sunbelt, who provides the scissor lift every year for us, so you take a look. Julius Hippensteel is a really interesting prospect at the quarterback position, and he is going to be running back by committee. You see Isaiah Snodgrass, Trey Shepard will be joined on the outside with Drew Goldsmith. But when we talked with Coach early in the week, he said that offensive line is our key.
False start, offense number 9, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Well, our officiating crew, I think maybe they heard us or were jealous. We started talking about starting lineups. We'll introduce you to our officiating crew tonight. Kyle Bokowski, Sean Harley, Clifford, Dr. Chad Birch, Joseph Williams, the best of the best the referees have to offer in the Low Country.
Yeah, we talked about Philip Simmons losing 2 stud running backs last year. Hanahan as well had a young man now playing, I believe, at Limestone that did a good job. So both quarterbacks will be forced to have a bigger presence this year.
How about that? Running behind his guards, it's Trey Shepard. He's going to have it up for the first down and way more. It looks like he stepped out of bounds at around the 49, or he had nothing but green grass in front of him. Kayvon Rivera, the running back a season ago at Catawba College. Hey, how about this? We see you, Trey Shepard. He said, it's my time.
Great blocking here. As you can see the trap block, able to hit the the hole, I should say, and run through tackles. You never want to let one guy bring you down. You see him stepping out of bounds right there, but one of those big explosive plays that Coach Turner mentioned that Hanahan would have to have tonight.
He said the goal nightly, 5 plays over 20-plus yards is a great shot to win a football game. How about that? A little read option. Hippensteel will opt to keep, pick up about 9 yards.
He was not going to get 10 because he was met with authority by Dariel Porcher, a senior DB, 5'10", 170 pounds. You know, we know where Philip Simmons is. We talked about it, Jack, with the last name of Porcher. You got to think he might be related to NFL Hall of Famer Robert Porcher, who played up at Kane High.
Guy pretty good. Well, this is how they'll line up defensively. Maybe some of those codes trying to look like Porcher. He's going to be in the secondary, joined with Jaquez Gandy, Cam Richardson, and Colton Kellerman. That secondary really talented. But keep an eye on that middle linebacking. Daniel Scarth, who actually plays center, he's going to play that Mike Backer alongside Brody Tonin and Montrell Mungan. Up front, though, Quamaine Vaughn and Jaquan Shepard in the trenches. They'll play on both sides. Just behemoth dudes in the middle of that defense. Catch our breath upstairs is a back-and-forth affair. It looked like we had another yellow hanky. Don't want to assume, but it looked like it was a hold on the outside, and we'll replay the down. Hip and steal the fake. He's going to look deep. He's got Goldsmith, but just outside the outreached arms that he ran by the defender, T.J. Walker. But it appears we're going to have another penalty flag on the far side of the field.
And that's the one thing you know you're always going to have early on. First game, these guys, yeah, they've had some scrimmages, but it's nothing like prime time here, Friday Night Rivals on hand. So a little bit of nerves. Hopefully after that first quarter, both teams will start to settle in.
Oh, I see it looked like
Formation, offense number 3, 5-yard penalty, first down.
it's so good. Love the explanation, too. Obviously, we've got Friday Night Rivals in the building, but especially for these young men, like, you've been in their shoes. Hey, nervous, those palms getting a little bit sweaty and looking to just calm themselves down and ease themselves into this ballgame.
And it's the opening drive. You know, you got that adrenaline kind of running through you. What you want to play with that adrenaline, but you also have to play smart.
They go to a nice little bubble screen on the outside. It's going to be a big-time game by the captain, Bo Brabham, the junior receiver. But it looks like this one might be coming back.
If you're Coach Turner, you can't be pleased. You may have easily had your 5 explosive plays here on the opening drive, but thinking maybe illegal formation again, as that one came out very early in the play. Another solid, positive play for Hanahan is going to be negated by a penalty.
And it's interesting, the hat off on that far sideline. As Kyle Bronkowski gets a little bit of a refresher. And we're knocking off the rust, too. I didn't necessarily see it. It almost looks like maybe even lined up offside before the play even went down.
Eric Bendick getting the explanation right now. I mean, because that play would have resulted in a first down. So, yeah, you have to obviously just take that play and back them up.
It's about an 18-yard pickup, but to your point, man, these weapons for Hanahan look explosive to start.
Both on the offense. Illegal formation, offense number 3. This penalty is declined. Holding, offense number 3. This penalty is accepted from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Now, what's interesting here, with the illegal formation, should be a dead ball foul before the play even started, but because the holding after the bubble screen downfield, Coach Bendig will wisely take it 10 yards at the spot of the foul. It looks like we're going to replay first down. A little bit of a choppy start for us all, huh?
But still very manageable the way they moved the ball on this opening possession. 1st and 15 seems like nothing for Hanahan thus far.
Stacked in the box, they'll run behind those big guards yet again. Big-time tackle. Here's Daniel Scarth again. Isaiah Snodgrass, the starting sophomore running back, had nowhere to go.
And Daniel Scarth there, as you mentioned, on the stop. You talked about those linebackers doing a great job of stepping up in the hole. The bigs up front holding the blocks, which allows these linebackers to roam around, run, and make plays. And that's exactly what Mr. Scarth did there.
So clinical, right? You'll actually see him play center on the offensive side of the ball. Really athletic young man, playing his hair on fire. Hip and seal drop back. There's another screen. Drew Goldsmith, good luck catching him. Can he beat him to the outside? Wrapped up and carried out of bounds by Corey Steed, but Drew Goldsmith picking right where he left off.
And what you're seeing is both teams, I should say, at least Hanahan thus far, with playmakers, they're doing a good job of just getting their guys in space and letting those guys make defenders miss. We knew how explosive Goldsmith was. You take a look at the replay. All state last year, obviously first team all region. This guy absolutely makes things happen when he has the pigskin in his hand.
First team all-region member a season ago, all-state honorable mention as well. This time Hanahan will keep it on the ground. Snodgrass wrapped up at first down. Brought to you guys by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician. We roll right into the Rapid Repairs red zone. Rapid Repairs. If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs. I'm calling Drew Goldsmith. Corner, receiver, he punts a little bit too. What does this dude not do?
Well, I know. Somehow my playbook would be Goldsmith to the left, to the right, up the middle. Just get the football in his hands.
And still keep little play action. How about this? Picked off. It's Colton Kellerman. Whole lot of green grass in front of before he's going to be chased down by Trey Shepard. All the momentum in the world. I didn't mean to scream at you at home, but what a play. The senior Colton Kellerman jumps the lane, and the Iron Horses will take over.
That's the ultimate bend but don't break. You've given up over 100 yards on this opening possession, but it results in no points. Tough decision there by the quarterback for Hanahan. He actually had Goldsmith that looked like in the end zone, but looked like he just, I don't know, maybe he had someone coming on a crossing route. But yeah, a tough break for Hanahan, but a big stop by Philip Simmons.
Mylan Turner, the second-year head coach for Hanahan, loved how he eased Tippenstiel into that first possession. Just looked like he never saw Colton Kellerman. The drive will end with an interception with so much promise. This is where Tavian will take over and hand it off to his big back, T.J. Walker. He's met after a gain of about 2, but for the first time tonight, we'll see the third-year starting quarterback, Tavian Orlana.
Yeah, this guy's won 16 games as a starter, 16-7, and he just knows how to get his Iron Horse football team in the end zone.
All right, well, here's the deal. A lot of festivities and fireworks already, but we have to say thank you. Introduce you to the third member of our team, Trooper Bob, with how about a little bit of gratitude from the awesome people at Knights Companies. Trooper Bob, we kick it to you, sir.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, we got the band here playing. It's Friday night. We got a good football game. I'm here with Chrissy Howard, the marketing director for Knights Companies. Chrissy, tell us more about Knights Companies and how you like the community.
Hi, yes. So we're really excited to be partnering with Friday Night Rivals. It's the perfect combination here because everybody loves rooting for their hometown team. And at Knights Companies, this is our hometown. We've been in business as a family-owned and operated business for 55 years, headquartered right here in Somerville.
When I was a young trooper, I was riding around Somerville and seeing all the concrete trucks, but it's not just about the concrete trucks. You're more than a bigger company than that.
We are. We're several divisions, all in the concrete construction industry, and it's a really exciting time to be part of Knights Companies this month in particular. It's our Driver Appreciation Month, which those concrete trucks that you see, our mixer trucks, our dump trucks, all part of the One Knights team.
Well, thank you very much. Enjoy the game, and we're going to hopefully hear some more from the band. I'll send it back to you guys upstairs.
Hey, thank you so much, Trooper Bob and Chrissy. Again, we can only thank our sponsors so much. I hate to sound like a broken record, but the opportunity to treat these student athletes with just the 5-star experience. I'm so thankful for Knights Companies.
And, and they're locally owned, and they're putting their money back in the community. That's what it's all about. So when you have businesses like Knights Companies, yes, you definitely want to go out and support them. And, I mean, what a perfect match. Friday night's rival with the K.
Puns right themselves as Orlana is going to escape the pocket. That really nice tackle by Trey Shepard, who's been super impressive. Start this ball game. Orlana slow to his feet, but I always say this too: changing lives. Hanahan, Philip Simmons just a year ago had 3 running backs in that game collectively. Now playing at the collegiate level, getting to get that extra college experience, and just so thankful. As you can see, Philip Simmons picking up that third down spot. Continue to move the chains.
Also, I want to make sure Travis Neal gets his shine as well, as he was in on that stop for Hanahan. But you're right, Jack. Last year, both teams loaded with talent, and that's just a good indication of just how good both of these programs are now, another year of high school football.
I'll have to hand it off. This is Porsche. Bounces it to the outside. How about a big tackle up front? Ooh, that was the big fella, Kalani Roberts, with a big stop. Big number 54 plugging that A-gap. A really nice tackle up front.
You better not forget about Mr. Antoine Mitchell, Jack. I would hate for you to have to encounter Mr. Mitchell about not giving him his shine. So a good stop there from Mitchell, which now is going to force a crucial third down for Philip Simmons.
It's 3rd and 7 from the 33. Orlana takes a look over. Head coach Eric Bendig pioneered this program back in 2017. Gotten off to a blistering start. Looking to pick up a first down, and they will. They run right up the middle of the field. There's Daryl Porsche again. Good for about 12. Another Mr. Sparky first down.
Yeah, looks like at the bottom of that pile, Mason Bellamy there to make the stop for Hanahan. You talked about it. We talked about it, Keys. That trench right now, Philip Simmons doing a great job of winning the battle in the trenches as they continue to reestablish that offensive line 3 to 4 yards down the field.
Yeah, both these head coaches raved about their offensive line. Quayman Yvonne, he saw them 10 yards upfield. Like, those linebackers can't get to the next level. Those big guys, not only so big, do such a great job getting downfield as well. Orlana's going to roll out and throw to the end zone. He's looking for his man. Did we get some feet in? Great play in the secondary. looks like in coverage for Hanahan. It was TJ Hartwell.
I mean, he could not have thrown this ball anywhere else. It probably would have been picked off. Perfect placement, just a tad bit too wide on the outside, but good coverage by Hanahan.
It was Dakota Stevens, Hartwell, that free safety spot. Going up to get it was Nick Triboulet, senior, 6 foot. Looked like go dunk a basketball. Nice little jump ball. Just wasn't able to get that foot in at the pylon.
Jack, I got to tell you, I'm digging the new Philip Simmons helmets. Those are sharp. Nice job by Coach Bendig and the athletic department over there at Philip Simmons.
Little jet sweep action to the outside. Oh, big hit. We got a fumble in the end zone?
Oh, boy, we've seen it all.
Goodness gracious. The jet sweep to Brody Tonin and a monster hit. It looks like coming up for that TJ. Are you kidding me? What have we not seen in this ball game?
And we have just started this high school football season. You talk about roll call at the football, except there was only one person at the football with a huge hit. Turnover for both teams.
Well, it's scoreless after 4:25 in the first quarter. 2 turnovers. Keep it just that way. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. I never. Yeah, I just never heard him, so I heard him while you were talking, so I was like, I'll just let you roll with it. That's something. So Jay Hart, damn, dude. I want to know if that was a Yeah. We welcome you back into the Hawks Nest. It's 2024 Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. 4:14 to go in the first quarter in E. Goose eggs. We got enough highlights. I think they just go ahead and call it. What you think?
I really think like we have 200 yards of offense in the first quarter, 100 for both teams, but yet no one has scored because of big turnovers being forced by both defenses. So if what we've seen so far is going to be an indication of what we'll see the rest of this night, we're going to be in for a great football game.
Open steal, hands off, and again, just another big hole up front. That's Isaiah Snodgrass with a pickup of about 10 that should move the chains. We think about the Daniel Scarth interception. Jake Hartwell picking up that fumble, in the end zone. Defenses have really shown up when needed most.
Yeah, Cam Richardson and also TJ Walker on the stop. And, we talk about the explosive plays. It seems like both teams, every time they touch the football, they're getting 7, 8, 10-plus yards. Both defenses, while they're forced turnovers, they're going to have to tighten up here as the game goes on.
Snodgrass again for about a pickup of 5. He was met up front by Jaquan Shepard. We're going to talk about size at just the 2A level. Shepard, a junior, 6'3", 315. Yeah. That's a grown man.
That's big size. And it's funny because Coach Turner mentioned one of the keys to the game was getting off the field on third down. Well, Coach, we can't get to third down because both teams are just picking up first downs on either first or second down.
Down on the field is number 69, Quinero Vaughn, the senior. Medical officials will tend to him. We'll take another quick break. Be right back after this.
And now, that guard from North Carolina, number 23, Michael Jordan.
Have you seen the video of him on vacation? They play this at like a club, and he's sitting in the club, and then all of a sudden he just... Yes, sir, I got you. Thank you, Russ.
Wow. Jordan man's the goal.
It's a Hawaiian theme here at the Hawk Nest. It's tonight's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals. Come on. Thumbs up, guy. They've taken care of us really the last couple seasons. Thumbs up, guys. Your personal injury attorneys at Miller, Dawson, Siegel, and Ward, winning cases and winning your trust. I see you winning a lot of costume contests in that student section tonight, Ian.
Yeah, I safe to say if I was going to Hawaii, I'd be giving 2 thumbs up as well. So, obviously, a big thank you to those guys and all of our sponsors who make Friday Night Rivals possible.
It's hip and steal after Vaughn was like hopefully just a cramp. So going to throw a quick little screen to the outside to Goldsmith. Pick up about 4. It looks like it'll be 3rd and short.
Right now, it seems like both teams we've had both teams attempt long passes, but really doing a nice job of allowing both quarterbacks to kind of get in the rhythm with short, easy passes that they can complete.
Looks like it was another illegal formation on Hanahan. That's just already the 5th penalty on this offense as it'll back him back up. We'll replay 2nd down. It's Goldsmith in motion to the hip of Hippensteel. We'll hand off to a kid that we actually saw on Friday Night Rivals just a year ago. It's kind of his coming out party in a sense against the Lucy Beckham Bengals. In that night, threw for 2 touchdowns in the first half, but we're seeing him scampering with the legs here a little bit in the first half.
You know, we've been very blessed and will be blessed this year to see some really seasoned quarterbacks here in the Low Country. A lot of guys that have grown up, have gotten better now that they have a year or so under their belt playing. This is Mr. Hippensteel, another one of those kids, so looking forward to see what he can do.
It's a high snap, and Hippensteel will just fall on it. In coverage was number 56, Roman Hood, to down the ball. You're looking at now about 4th and 1,000,000. It's a high snap. Hippensteel's got nothing to do but to just fall on it and punt it away.
And as a head coach, these are the types of things you really can't prepare for, but you kind of know it's going to happen in those first games. So both teams just absolutely killing themselves in terms of after having so many positive plays to have one big one to kind of, whether it be a penalty or in that case, a bad snap.
Hippensteel actually back to punt for Hanahan. Something that Coach Turner let us know. Very on brand as he fires it away. Nice kick. That'll take an advantageous Hawk bounce out of this. On all the way to the Iron Horse 39. We told you about the Sunbelt starting lineups today, but you want to talk about a sunset here in Hanahan, South Carolina. Got to say thank you to our scissor lift provided by Sunbelt Rentals, our incredible crew. We got to get him a net up there, don't you think?
Yeah, just in case. Looks like he has a little more room. Tim Fennell there in the scissors lift has a little more room. Almost like live up there.
I was going to say he's got some lights. I don't know if it's like a disco ball or whatnot, but he's bringing nothing but immaculate vibes.
You're right. As we look out the sunset, gorgeous night here at Wiley Knight Stadium.
Both of these teams have got guys playing on both sides of the ball. Both these coaches mentioned, hey, Mother Nature took care of us today. It's TJ Walker. How about this run? Bounce it to the outside, young man. A pickup of about 14.
A nice touchdown saving tackle by Hayes Goddard. The sophomore getting some action. But unfortunately, again, looks like some yellow.
This one looks like it's coming back, yeah. Al Bachowski, a busy man here in this first quarter. That's 9 cumulative penalties.
Offense number 8, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
It's going to be on Cooper Webb, the sophomore receiver on the outside. A youthful mistake.
we look at it, Jack, maybe we see why these holes are so big and it's so much running room. It's because, unfortunately, guys are getting a little too handsy as they're trying to open those holes. But, again, two outstanding coaches. They'll make the adjustment probably after this quarter and tell guys, hey, all right, that's it. Settle down, relax, do what you've been doing for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and get back to just playing football.
And what was the common theme when we talked to both these coaches' interviews this week? Young,
exactly.
Orlana dropped back to pass. He's got a man downfield and just outside. A diving Colton Kellerman on the outside. He really airs it out, spins it kindly. Orlana in that drop back, you can see, just overthrows him by a hair.
Yeah, just needed to have a little more air under that one to allow this receiver to get down the field. But both sides doing a nice job of getting behind the secondary. You have to think, slowly but surely, they'll start connecting on those. Right now, still early in the game, obviously early in the season. But that's one of those things, got to put just a little bit more touch on it.
2nd and 7 from the 43. Orlana, the senior, joined the backfield with Walker. Another little jet sweep action. This is Tonin. The same play that they nearly scored on just a possession ago. He'll be tackled for about a 3-yard loss. Really nice play on the outside by Aiden Greenwald. Another young man for Hanahan that plays on both sides of the ball.
As you see Eric Bendig, head coach of Philip Simmons. It's kind of funny. I know I'm really getting old when I think the fact that I called Eric's football games when he played tight end at Wando. Now he's one of the top high school coaches in the Low Country.
Stud collegially at Presbyterian College, now coming back to Low Country stints at Wando, Ashley Ridge, starting this program at Philip Simmons. Been nothing but spectacular. As how about that front four for Hanahan? Talk about spectacular. There's the big fella again. I won't miss him. Antoine Mitchell causing havoc in the backfield.
We heard Coach Turner say we got to get off the field on 3rd down. That was a big 3rd down stop. Obviously, Coach Bendig will let us take this one all the way down, let the quarter end, and when we come back, Jack, we'll see. Will they go for it or will they punt it away?
A Colton Kellerman interception, a fumble recovery by TJ Hartwell, and we're still scoreless after 1. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet, Philip Simmons, Hanahan, a sunset. Don't go anywhere. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Those goose eggs do not tell the full story if you're just joining us. Jack DeLongshaw alongside the legend Everett German, Philip Simmons, Hanahan. Offenses look good. mistakes. We've seen a little bit too many yellow hankies on the pitch, but I'm telling you, those big play threats, they're real.
Yeah, the offenses look good, but the defenses made the play to stop those offenses when they needed to. So both teams coming up with huge turnovers on both ends. And so we'll see what happens here in the second quarter. A crucial fourth down coming up for Philip Simmons, and it looks like they're going to punt it away to the Hawks.
C.J. Filatico, the junior that does both the kicking and punting, but 9 combined penalties in that first quarter from both sidelines. You've been in those huddles. What do you think Coach Bendig and Coach Turner respectively told their groups?
You know, it's one of those situations where you can't overstate it. Just settle down, do your thing, trust the process. You know what you're supposed to do. Go out and execute. If it means, obviously getting a quicker first step, or, if you see the back of the guy's jersey, don't reach out and grab him. Just give our guys a chance to finish out on those plays.
It looks like an official timeout is Hanahan having to remove Drew Goldsmith from his regular punt returning duties. They'll send out Bo Brabham, the captain junior receiver. Funnel to receive and fire away. Fair caught. See around the 26-yard line. That's where Hippensteel and Hanahan will take over.
First punt of the night. And it's so cool having Night Companies as our title sponsor, because just a word play that we can have off of that. And excited for all the games, Jack. But I'm really excited when we have Wando at Stratford, just because they're the Stratford Knights, not because you and I went to Wando.
We're going to have to play like a wordy trivia game. The word night is going to be used thousands of times. Over under 150 at least. So.
Easily. They're going to get this might be the best decision they've made, because what they're going to get from us two on this is second to none.
Fans, if you're at home playing along, buckle up for a lot of punts this season is what we're trying to tell you. Been still in the backfield, going to hand off. That's Dakota Stevens. It's going to be his first carry. It was for a gain of about 12. We told you, big shoes to fill with Kayvon Rivera just a season ago departing. Rivera, who ran for over 1,900 yards, actually in the twos with Catawba College. Who was going to be the guy to step up? It looks like everybody. Great vision from Stevens.
I tell you, Stevens keeps running like that. He'll have more carries. That was a nice hard run and a nice tackle made by Ethan Chisholm.
First down was brought to you by Purpose-Driven Athletics, guiding student athletes to their collegiate success. More success on the ground. Are you kidding me? Look at him bounce it to the outside. Dakota Stevens, we see a young man, a pickup of about 25 plus, and Purpose-Driven getting their money's worth with this young junior.
Holton Kellerman there with the boom tackle, but man, you talk about this is someone who hadn't played in the first quarter. Now he gets his chance. He's been sitting on the sideline. Now he's all jacked up, and he is running like a man on a mission, absorbing the big hit there. Tell you what, he's got good size as well. He's trying to be RB1 in this offense for Hanahan.
I want to shout out to the senior right guard, C.J. Van Hoyt. Did a great job up front. We're clearing the way. Come on, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Out the backfield in the slot, Julius Hippensteel throws a dart to Bo Brabham for another first down.
Nice job of just stepping into your throw, leading him up the field. You never want to throw it to him where he can't pick up yards after the catch. So good job right here, like you said, leading him up the field. Nice job. Once again, the Hawks in striking range as they're in the red zone.
Nice play action. All the trust in the world Mylan Turner has in his junior quarterback. Just a year ago, a 64% completion percentage, 20 touchdowns to only 3 picks. This time they'll keep it on the ground. A really nice tackle on the outside of Stevens, and he stopped after about a 4-yard gain. That run will take him into the Rapid Repairs red zone. If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs. And right now, Hanahan's offense is just fine. No repairs needed. Dakota Stevens has been the answer to this drive.
Yeah, nice counter run that time. A play made famous by the then Washington Redskins, now the Washington Commanders. Just had to throw that out there, Jack. But yes, a nice counter run. And again, Stevens really running with authority, running angry, as we like to say, as he tries to score the first points of the season for the Hawks.
Hippensteel drops back. He's going to find Goldsmith, good for a first down. Quick little slant on the outside before he's wrapped up and tackled by Colton Kellerman.
Yeah, we're going to really have to give 2 thumbs up.
Oh.
Okay, I take my thumbs up back, because once again, the yellow hanky on the field. Goldsmith probably has 200 all-purpose yards now. And unfortunately for him, not really anything to show for it because the plays don't count because of the penalties.
Hey, we're all knocking the rust off. It's week 0. I don't really know what that means. But I'll tell you, for men like Eric Bendick and Mylan Turner, film study on Monday is going to be a lot of fun for these young men.
Yeah, you know what else ain't going to be fun is practice tomorrow. I can assure you that. But these are all correctable mistakes, which is good.
I think you're going to see the progression in cleaning it up, even just throughout this ball game, is the hold on the outside by Antoine Mitchell. We'll back him up. 2nd and 14. It's a quick out route. How about Trey Shepard? Make a man miss. Cut it back to the upside. Trident Technical College. Your future, your college. But today it's the now. Trey Shepard cuts it in for our first touchdown for the 2024 season.
I give him 2 thumbs up on that move. Made some guys miss and able to scatter into the end zone. That's when an open field, you got to get him on the ground. Good job by Philip Simmons being in position to make the play, but they overran the play there. And again, like we talked about, just splitting, no excuse for splitting 2 guys. You got to get them down on the field, but give it to Mr. Shepard as he gets into the end zone for the first time for Hanahan.
Hip and still hold, and the kick through the uprights. The PAT, good. That was Sam Campbell, the sophomore kicker, with the appearance on the varsity roster. We got a touchdown, folks. No more TOs. Trey Shepard busts into the end zone. Hanahan with a 7-0. A beautiful drive to Hanahan, the kick start this 2024 fall season. Hanahan with a lead, and the vibes are high here at Hanahan. Come on, Knights Companies. I think we kick it back down to Trooper Bob for a little check presentation to the host school, the Hanahan Hawks.
Here's a check for $500. How will this money benefit Hanahan?
This is amazing. We have a rising ML population at our school, about 20% of our students. So this can focus our attention on them, provide them supports so they can eventually walk across the stage with a high school diploma. Thank you very much. This is great.
Tonight's Knights Companies and News 4 are proud to present each participating home school with that check that you just saw for $500. This grant provides each school with extra funding to help make their school just that much more great. For the past 13 seasons, get ready for this number. Friday Night Rivals and our sponsors donated over $150,000 to Low-Country students and schools. Congratulations to Hanahan from Knights Companies and News 4. Now, I say we kick it back down to Trooper Bob. Let's go to the sidelines where we have our Thumbs Up Guys Educator Spotlight. The Thumbs Up Guys, your personal attorneys at Miller, Dawson, Siegel, and Ward, winning cases and winning your trust. We'll have Trooper Bob with, you talk to him, one of the best principals around right after this kickoff.
Yeah, Tom Gallus, a longtime friend of mine, great guy, just, young, energetic, exactly what we want in our schools. So the parents who have kids going to Hanahan High School, you got a good one in Tom Gallus.
I'll tell you about Principal Gallus before the game, just speaking with him, it's so inspiring. As you can tell, so proud of his life's work. Is really nice return out to the 38 as we'll kick it back down to Principal Gallus and Trooper Bob.
Principal Gallus, you've been here for 7 years at the school?
This is my 7th year as the principal. 22 years ago, I started my career as a teacher and coach here. This is home. This is an amazing place. I'm thankful and honored to serve this school community.
One thing I noticed about especially Hanahan is the parents are involved, former alumni are here. How important is that to you and your school to show up on a Friday night for this football game?
It's so amazing, and I'd love to say that it's only Friday night football, but if you come to a band concert, a basketball game, football, baseball, anything, we have the best support in this community. It's amazing. It's become a community event and the thing to do. So the support that we have is second to none.
Cool. Thank you very much. I don't want to keep you from watching the game. I know you've been on the sidelines.
All right, go Hawks.
Go Hawks. I'll send it back to you guys.
Quick timeout. As it appears, it looks like Hanahan, Coach Turner wanted to reset that defense, and we say thank you to Trooper Bob and Principal Gallus for having a timeout with them. 9:25 here in the second quarter. We're taking our break early. Take it with us. We'll see you right after this short one.
It's not your fault. I'll tell you what happened. He heard his name in his IFP saying Trooper Bob. It was so loud he didn't know. So we just needed to stop him and get him set. That's not your fault at all. Okay. All right.
A choppy start might be the understatement of the century, but guess what? We got football on the gridiron, and it's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Hanahan out to a quick 7-0 start with just 9:25 in the second quarter. Choppy in the hay, start, stop, couple penalties early. All very fixable. I've been really impressed with the talent, though, this far, E.
That's what I've been talking about with you, Jack. You know, if they're looking like this in game one with all the fixable mistakes, imagine what these teams will look like, you know, in November and hopefully in that first weekend in December as well. But right now, both teams trying to pick up win one on the season.
Oh, man, how about Orlano? Look at him pointing downfields, navigating blockers. He scrambles and picks up about 10, but with another yellow hanky. Hold your horses, will it stand?
Good pressure by the front four of Hanahan as you see the swim move there. Leading was Kalani Roberts. But once again, another penalty.
Repeat first down
Against Philip Simmons.
Now, I'll tell you, some of the mistakes, illegal formation, that'll all be cleaned up. That's just a bull rush from Kalani Roberts. Like, you're just holding on for dear life. Great pressure from the senior defensive tackle.
But the one thing they say, if you need to slow down that rush, hit them with a bunch of bubble screens in the middle of the field. That will allow them to, hey, you don't have to hold. Absolutely let them through and then try to get our guys having the advantage the other way in terms of numbers.
Hold will push it back to 1st and 20. 5 wide receivers wide is Orlano alone in the backfield. There's that quick pass. He's looking for, I believe, thought it was Kellerman. How about Rylan Donnelly, just a young sophomore, getting his first action at the varsity level. Quick little screen for a pickup. Here's your Sunbelt rental starters. I know that we did it earlier in the first quarter, but I think we just want to talk about that offensive line again. Quinn Vaughn, Akwai Washington, Daniel Scarf, Tawan Gibbs, Jaquan Shepard. A lot of pressure so far, but they've stood their ground. What do you want to see for them as this game progresses?
Well, for those offensive linemen, it's just basically getting out in front and opening up holes for those guys. They've proven that they have the playmakers, but you have to play smart. The mental approach is what Philip Simmons will need to lock in now as we see another nice stop by the Hawks, led by the big man up front. Not Jaden Camp. That would be Kalani Roberts.
We'll show you that Hanahan defense, a little delayed, but we saw Antoine Mitchell, the big fella. Kalani Roberts has been really talented. But that linebacker group as well, Drew Goldsmith, Mason Bellamy. Travis Neal is going to be a name that, again, plays both sides, running back, linebacker. This kid plays angry, hair on fire. Just a really, really gritty player at that Mike linebacker spot.
And a big play here, Jack. See, third down, and it seems like forever. 3rd and 18. But again, usually we would be kind of concerned that the way both these offenses have been moving. We'll see what Eric Bendig draws up here on this big 3rd down.
They're going to run it on 3rd and 18. It's TJ Walker. He's going to swallow it up. Only a gain of about 4. As we go ahead and take a look at our stats of the game, brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute, helping hurt people of all ages get back to their active lives. Again, 7 first downs for Philip Simmons, 200 yards. Not sure if that number is, I guess, indicative of the scoreboard, but the turnovers, right? The penalties. Obviously, that turnover margin is incorrect. It's going to be 1 for Hanahan, 1 for Philip Simmons as well. But go ahead and highlight the penalties. That's the story.
That's the one. Those are the yards, the 80 yards that have really come to haunt Philip Simmons, and the ones that Hanahan has had, as well as on cue, another penalty flag dropped down.
Drew Goldsmith trying to get away from a tackler is Daniel Scarf all the way downfield. How about the long snapper? Daniel Scarf, center, long snapper, Mike linebacker, short. You see in special teams as well, but this might be a situation where head coach Mylan Turner will look to deflect. He's already showing you.
Trevor Tonin also in on the stop for Philip Simmons, but looks like he may have to do it all over again unless the penalty will be against the Hawks.
Take that 5-yard penalty from the dead ball spot. 1st and 10 for Hanahan.
Already the 6th penalty on Philip Simmons, but you know what I love? Eric Bendig, the head doesn't go down. He said, all right, let's run it back. Mylan Turner, though, you love the opportunity to put the hands in the ball, in Drew Goldsmith's hand yet again. Looks like he's actually going to opt to defer and run his offense back out where they'll start at their own 46.
Got a feeling when we talked to both teams at the half.
Oh, another rocky snap. Hip and seal unable to jump on it. It looks like that white jersey is going to corral the errant snap. One play. It looks like it was number 56. I believe it was Roman Hood in the backfield yet again. Picking up the errant snap, and Philip Simmons, immaculate field possession.
You can't try to bend over to pick that ball up. You've got to get on the ground, not worry about trying to pick up any yards. You just want to save the possession. So bad mistake, a crucial mistake there. Trying to bend over and pick it up. You got to roll with that one. Philip Simmons gets another break.
And you know what's odd? Almost an identical play in the first quarter where Seal opted to dive on it. It was Roman Hood then chasing him. This time Hood, the big fella, the sophomore, great size, 6 foot, 185 pounds, just 16 years old. Picks up the 2nd turnover.
And if it's me and I'm Eric Bendig, the first play, I'm going to the end zone. You kind of have that Hanahan defense on its heels. They're trying to inch up, air it out as we have another penalty flag before the snap.
15, 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
You know, that's an odd one for even us upstairs, obviously at home. We appreciate you following. We do not have a play clock on those graphics for you. They don't really necessarily have them, except for in both end zones here at the Hawk Nest. Yes, Tavian Orlon, I think they just got the offense laid out onto the field and figured it reset when they approached the line of scrimmage.
Bendig said he's got some speedsters out there. Let's see if he tries to get it to them down the field.
This communication. How about Porsche, though? I said it looked a little rocky in the backfield as Tonin almost runs into Porsche. Doesn't matter. Huge hole up front. He dashes for about a 16-yard pickup.
Drew Goldsmith in on the stop. And it seems like every time Porsche touches the football, good things seem to happen. Nice job by the offensive line, opening the holes. And again, 3 or 4 blue jerseys there to bring down Porsche. I think it'll be a hard time getting that guy down by yourself.
I was going to say, the only way he's fallen is that cramp that looks like it's going to have him hobbling back to that Iron Horse's sideline. You saw him dap up big number 58, Daniel Scarf. Scarf, the center, who just cleared the way almost 10 yards downfield as Porsche was able to pick up Another Mr. Sparky first down.
See, you can't give them water. You got to give them the pickle juice. It's the pickle juice that kills the cramps.
Is that what you rocked with?
That's what you got to rock with. And, my story, I think I told you, Jack, how I found out that a lot of high school trainers actually have water bottles with the pickle juice, especially in August and September because of the heat. So at that time, I needed to take my kidney transplant meds, and so I just saw a water bottle, so I just and it turned out to be pickle juice, and I'm like, oh my! And that's when I found out that pickle juice absolutely helps with cramps. And Charlie horses
back in the sidelines, T.J. Walker, big tackle on the outside. It's Greenwalt and the big fella Antoine Mitchell again, guys. Fans at home, we just relived. It sounded like some trauma. That'd be a terrifying 5 seconds in the shoes of Everett Durbin.
Especially when you're not expecting it, So, but again, good lesson to learn, which obviously I can now add to the broadcast. But I got to tell you one thing, Jack. Both of these defensive lines, both big in size, they're doing a good job of running sideline to sideline. Their pursuit to the football is exactly what you want from your front four.
Huge third and short. They'll keep it on the ground. That's T.J. Walker. Ball on the ground yet again. It looks like he fell on it almost immediately, and it will be good enough for another purpose-driven athletics first down as they creep into the Rapid Repairs red zone.
Yeah, it looked like Shaheem Greer got a hand on it, knocked it out in a lucky bounce for the Iron Horses as it essentially bounced right back to him. So almost he fumbled it for a first down. So a fresh set of downs for the Iron Horses. They try to score their first points of the season.
It's Kellerman and Nick Triboulet at the top of your screen. It's Cooper Webb, the young sophomore, at the bottom. Hand it off to T.J. Walker. He's going to bounce it out to the outside. About a 3-yard pickup, but a really nice block by Brody Tonon. Tonon to free him up.
But Mason Bellamy, one of the first Hawks to get there in pursuit. Also, Travis Neal. You mentioned, Jack, we'd say his name a lot tonight. And again, look at that sideline to sideline pursuit. Roll call at the football. And you really have to tip your cap to both of these teams because they both have a lot of guys that are playing both ways.
2nd and 6 from the 11. Hand it off yet again. And again, doing a great job of sealing that outside. Nowhere to go. It was Walker yet again.
And as that defensive end, you want to push everything back to the flow of the defense coming. So give credit to those guys not allowing them to turn the corner, which forces a huge 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Iron Horses. And you have to think, Jack, they got to capitalize. They've been inside the red zone several times now and have nothing to show for it. It wouldn't surprise me if Coach Bendig, if they don't pick it up here, is this a situation where you got 2 plays to pick up 5 yards?
Again, it's not 3rd and goal. Looking for just 6. The ball spotted at the 11. Walker will block. Nice little out route. They hold on to it. Looks like that ball is going to be spotted. No, sir. How about a touchdown? First one of the season for the Iron Horses. Colton Kellerman, senior to senior. The Savvy Vets with a Trident Technical College touchdown. Your future, your college. How about the slant on 3rd and 6?
Nice skinny post there. Looked like could have possibly also been a wheel route. But Kellerman able to secure. He puts it right on him. No room for error there. Nice catch. Really good coverage by Hanahan, but just a better throw, which results in the first points of the season for Philip Simmons.
You hear me hold my breath. Jay Hartwell's in great coverage. I thought that ball was going to be spotted at the 1. Kellerman did a great job extending that 6 to the end zone to tie his ball game up. C.J. Filatico will split the uprights, and we got an all brand new ball game.
That was a very impressive drive for Philip Simmons. Obviously trailing, coming in, a couple of 3rd downs that were picked up. Little mixture of running the football, throwing the football. Eric Bendig kind of probably now starting to get into a nice flow himself offensively. Defensive Hanahan didn't give up necessarily the big plays, but in the end, that possession definitely won by Philip Simmons. We're tied at 7.
Getting in the flow, calling plays. Their offensive coordinator, Tamron Garrick, alongside Eric Bendig, they do call those plays together. It was really interesting, though. I think that 3rd down call may be a sign to come. We talked about this offense. KJ Asbury and Sherrod Williams, the two running backs, this horses in a sense, that are actually both at Limestone College from Philip Simmons just a year ago. They ran for 3,300 yards collectively, 45 touchdowns on the ground. So when you look at a junior quarterback in Tavian Orlana, last year he was just 55 of 94. Throw a ton, 906 yards, 15-1 touchdown to interception ratio. They're going to need him to do more this year, and I think on third down to show, hey, not only do we trust you here, but let it rip. This is your ball club now.
Yeah, I mean, averaging about 8 passes a game last year. Won't have that luxury just being able to turn around and hand it off. So far, so good in his first game this year.
Kickoff brought to you by Knights Companies. And again, when we talk about kind of their knight in shining armor in a sense, like Tavian's sophomore year, slung it around 164 times, completed 100 of those passes, touchdowns to 8 interceptions, only 1 pick last year. To me, like, I'd love to see him take some chances, make mistakes. He's got weapons on the outsides that can clearly fly. For a senior, right, that's clearly got a ton of playing experience, what do you want to see from him, not only in the progression of tonight, but throughout the year that shows, oh, man, this dude's getting comfortable?
Well, it's one of those situations where you get comfortable with that connection with your wide receivers, and whether it is a big third down play, extending a play.
Pretty legal block. The block by number 14 was legal.
And being able to command the offense, and no matter what the play is called, they're able to execute. So, again, a huge game, a rivalry game, but it is a non-conference game. So the most important thing is obviously once you get into conference play and winning your region, so kind of using this as like a nice organized practice, so to speak. But for both quarterbacks, yeah, it's being able to show that they can throw the football, they're comfortable throwing it, and they have the weapons outside to really make them look good.
See that officiating crew marking the spot of the ball actually previous to the penalty that they then picked up. Will start their drive at their own 24. And Everett, I know I joked about it. I said a lot of bad blood between these two teams, only in the sense that these were region foes. Because of some reclassification at the South Carolina High School League level, Philip Simmons goes from 3A to 2A. Hanahan remains at the 3A level. Philip Simmons is undefeated, perfect, 8-0, going into a huge matchup for Hanahan. Hanahan wins a 37-34 overtime thriller as that ball just glances off the hands of Drew Goldsmith. 37-34. Hanahan then the very next week beats Buford, the reigning state champions at the time. And all of a sudden, they win a region championship, just going 7-5, 4-0 in conference. Now Philip Simmons playing tonight with a little bit of vengeance.
Well, and these are the types of games that will win those region games for you. You know, they probably easily could have scheduled a 1A or a lesser team, but no, you want to play teams that are well coached, that you know are going to execute, and more importantly, going to make you better. So, yeah, these got a lot of respect for both teams, for each other, but yes, definitely they want to win this game for sure.
Great blitz on the outside, forcing a quick throw. Looked like that was number 24, Alex Tukoric, forcing Hippensteel to step up in the pocket, force a third down. And you're right, Mylon Turner mentioned, he's like, hey, no longer region. I love playing against Eric Bendig. Philip Simmons comes into the season ranked number 7 at the 2A level in the entire state. It's a great challenge for our guys, and we want to make sure that this rivalry stays alive, especially for a school like Philip Simmons, who's still in its infancy. Hanahan and its second-year head coach trying to create some new tradition.
And like I said, it's a Berkeley County rivalry between the two. So, yeah, this is one of those games that should be played every year, as we see the bubble screen here.
3rd and 10. Who do you call? Drew Goldsmith. A little bubble screen. Looks like he had nowhere to go. He bounces it to the outside. A pickup about 17, and every time the ball touches the hands of 3, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, something good is about to happen when you get it into his hands. He actually has the lock, in terms of Goldsmith, to get out of these tough situations for his hand-to-hand offense. So this young man just continues to put in work all night long.
Just pushed out of bounds by TJ Walker. Oh, look at that hit. I could watch Daniel Scarf play the Mike linebacker position all night long. Watch him shoot the A-gap here.
That's like someone stole his lunch money. And so the ball carrier is the one that stole his lunch money, and he is determined to get it back. You're right. Again, you got to give credit to those guys up front. They're doing a good job of holding those blocks, which allows the big hit here from the linebackers. So Tough, hard-nosed football is on display tonight.
And the Mike back there, that's Brody Tonin right there. His dad, a special teams coach on this team, big, strong strength coordinator as well. He wrapped him up below. The tag team duo is, Hanahan's going to keep on the ground. This kid's been studly. Dakota Stevens with another 20-yard gain. Coach Turner said 5 explosive plays. That's what we're aiming for night in, night out. I think Dakota Stevens already's got his 5 by himself.
Yeah, Stevens, every time he's touched the ball, big things have happened. He's another that just runs with authority, kind of running kind of high. I'm pretty sure they're going to want him to lower down, but nice job here. Maybe cover it up when you feel that pressure coming from both sides, but Stevens having a solid night here tonight for Hanahan. Stevens
picking up another purpose-driven athletics, and this young man looks driven here in the second quarter.
And he runs with a purpose.
This is too easy. They're putting it on a platter for us, dude. It's another 7-yard pickup from Stevens. And, both of these coaches, we mentioned Kayvon Rivera, the running back from Hanahan a year ago, ran for 3,300 yards. He's actually a backup at Catawba College, which in today's football landscape is so incredible.
Right.
Running back by committee, I kind of love what these coaches have done and gone, hey, this is your quarter. Right? We saw a lot of Snodgrass in the first for Hanahan. It's been Dakota Stevens here in the second.
And then you have to ride the hot hand in the fourth quarter, which right now I would have to think would be Stevens.
Impressed watching this kid run. Break a tackle, bounce it to the outside, almost suplex. There's Colton Kellerman, plays that free safety spot coming up, making sure he didn't have enough for a first down, but tough running. Trey Shepard.
Yeah, Trey Shepard. It's almost like if you're one of those running backs, you see what your teammates doing. Obviously, you're pulling for them to do well, but when you get your opportunity, you better make something happen. And Trey Shepard with a nice run there.
See, Hanahan, to me, they've almost been at their best when they've gone to that quick tempo. You can see no huddle, hip and seal going to the line, shouting out the plays. Starting to look a lot smoother here late in the second. Well, there's Shepard again. Hey, he heard you. Take advantage of your what? Take advantage of that opportunity. Trey Shepard. That's a bad man. Big number 4 finds himself back for another Trident Technical College touchdown.
Yeah, you want to take advantage of your opportunity. You want to take it to the house, and that's what Shepard did here again. Wasn't even touched. I thought they were trying to play football. Shepard still would not have had his flag pulled as the offensive lineman opening massive holes for the running backs of Hanahan. It's almost like we're at an Oprah Winfrey show. You get a touch, you get a touch, and this time Shepard able to run it and take it to the house.
A touchdown at the 9-minute mark. I'm going to go one up you. Oprah is cool. How about DJ Khaled? Trey Shepard said, I want another touchdown. Another one. That PAT wide left, though. I'm not sure if there was a hand on it. Special teams going to be so critical. But with a touchdown at around the 1-minute mark, Hanahan extends its lead yet again.
And that's what you like to see right here. Your 2 running backs obviously congratulating each other as you see Stevens there who kind of got them down the field, and then Shepard able to finish it off. The first person to greet Shepard on the bench is Stevens. When you have that type of team and that type of culture, good things are in store for this Hanahan team.
And keyword culture, right? So often you hate to be so cliche and like the coach speak, but when you talk to Mylan Turner, who's got 29 years of experience of coaching and teaching at the high school level, his last stop before Hanahan was an assistant at Georgia Southern. This guy's been around the game of football for a long time, coached some of the best in the state of Georgia. Here, when he comes to Hanahan, the only thing he made mention to in our interviews was, we're just trying to build young men. We're trying to build guys to a point where, whether it's you, whether it's me, it's we. And I know that you see it on a shirt, you throw it up on the wall. With Hanahan, the buy-in was so quick and immediate that this energy and leadership is palpable.
Well, and that's what happens when you win. Coach Turner also talked about the fact that it's also just as important to him in terms of winning football games, in terms of developing quality young man off and on the field in the community. He raved about the community sports of Hanahan and what this community does for them. Obviously, the baseball team had a great run there in the spring. So you're right, Coach Turner, it's all about he's trying to build this thing the right way, and so far he has absolutely done that.
Look, you mentioned it's easy. Culture's easy when you're winning. It's a team that started 3-5 last year. They go 4-0 in region play to win a region championship his first year. Right. So this is right. The standard is we're going to sink to the level of obviously what we have built, and as this ball's fired away, It's going to be Cooper Webb returning on the outside, brings to the 43. But when you talk about roundup, Coach Turner's so passionate, mentioning not only the B-team program, but JV as well. He started that B-team program 2 years ago, and he said it's instrumental in what we're building for the future.
Well, you got to have that feeder program to have that same terminology, so that way when that 7th grader becomes a 10th, 11th grader, he's hearing the same things that he's heard for the past 2 and 3 years. So you're right, he didn't even have a B team 2 years ago. The JV was winless over 2 years, and now all of a sudden he's got over 150 kids in the program between the 3 teams.
A little confusion-ication on that home sideline, as you saw. Philip Simmons, that officiating crew, put that ball down on the line of scrimmage. They were ready to rumble. Hanahan nowhere in sight. Coach Malin Turner will have to burn his first time out of half.
And obviously with 58 seconds left, a smart timeout there. And got to think, probably Coach Bendig before that kickoff return may have been somewhat content to just go into the locker room regroup. But such a solid kickoff return gives them not bad field position. And what we've seen from them so far offensively in terms of explosive plays, it just takes that one big play. And Philip Simmons looking to add some points before the half.
At 3rd and 6 from the 11, instead of running it, which was their MO all last season, Coach Bendig put the ball in his quarterback's hands, and Tavian Orlando throws a touchdown first of the season. This is trust. 58 seconds, 2 timeouts. Practice this all summer long, right? Maybe that timeout from Hanahan resets it, and Coach Bendig goes, let's go air it out.
Right.
And their kicker, obviously we've mentioned him a couple times, CJ Falatico. You're looking at about 35 to 40-yard field goal range. Obviously it's a new season. Falatico just a junior. Let's see if you can't get him within range.
You know, and if this is a first-year starter, first game, no. But this is a guy that's been in this situation for 3 years now. He knows what to do, where to throw it, and who to throw it to.
Joined in the backfield by T.J. Walker. Trips receivers at the bottom of the screen, and the lone receiver at the top is Colton Kellerman. I'll air it out. Indeed, a great ball. How about a little curl route? That was Kellerman. Start and stop. Good for about 13.
Nice pitch and throw. Kellerman on the spot. Got down immediately. Got the ball to the officials. And again, you see that pass rush is coming in heavy. I think they're setting them up for a screen, Jack. Let that pressure come up the field and just throw it right over their heads.
He's hit as he throws. Wisely throws it out of bounds. Stops that clock. Great pass rush. They're only blitzing that front 4, but man, those big fellas up front, start with that dude. Antoine Mitchell, so impressive, the captain, defensive end.
I mean, you talk about a luxury. If you're Brent Fields, the defensive coordinator of Hanahan, if you can look like you're blitzing, but you're getting all of that pressure with just your front 4 and able to drop 7 into coverage, boy, is that a luxury.
Let's see how Philip Simmons responds. A quick conversation by our officiating crew. Said Coach Eric Bendig appears on. We mentioned kind of with Hanahan, the rocky start to the beginning of last season. How about Eric Bendig?
Number 14 was in the area.
I was curious if they're going to look at grounding because he didn't get out of the pocket. But appreciate the explanation from our crew and Kyle Balkowski. But you see Eric Bendig, 8 season, 10-2 last year. He says, man, we want to be practicing over Thanksgiving, building a program to get to that point. But he's 37-26 all-time. He's 28-8 in his last 36 games.
That's getting it done.
That's getting it done. And how about another great ball? He's starting to dial it in with his guy, Colton Kellerman. Kellerman already with that big tutty. Great little out route. You see the timing, just so pristine.
And how about the tiptoe action along the sidelines? That's big time there, able to get his feet in bound. Stops the clock. 38 seconds, plenty of time left for this Philip Simmons team. Can Hanahan keep them off of the scoreboard?
You mentioned that ball now spotted at the 34. You're looking at a 51-yarder. Need about 20 more yards to get in range for your kicker. Another big-time rush. He'll escape the pocket. Being chased down by Kalani Roberts. He'll get to the outside and scamper out of bounds. Based off where that ball is going to be marked, it looks like maybe a loss of about 2. Did you see Kalani Roberts breathing down his neck? A Mack truck moving.
You know, as a little kid, we used to play this game called throw-up tackle where you try to score against everybody else. And In that situation, I probably would have just thrown the ball up if I had Mr. Mitchell in hot pursuit of me. But that was great pursuit by Hanahan, forcing him out of bounds, and a smart decision by him not to force the issue, keep the drive alive, see another play, stopping the clock, stepping out of bounds.
2nd and 11 from the 35 with 30 to go. They'll move the pocket. He'll roll out. Looking downfield, he's got a guy. Right on the numbers. That was number 14, Nick Tribolette. But when you go back and look at the replay, Colton Kellerman had gotten beyond that secondary, and that zone coverage was all alone in the end zone.
Got to keep those eyes up the field. And it's more important for Philip Simmons. They're doing a nice job of utilizing the sidelines, but they still have 2 timeouts left. So if the middle of the field is open, you can get the ball to the middle of the field, tell your guys, get what you can, and then immediately get down so that you can call a timeout if need be.
The receivers at the bottom of your screen. And, hey, I like it. They've upped the tempo, now forcing the hand of head coach Marlon Turner and his Hanahan on that timeout.
Yeah, conditioning will be key here with so many guys playing both ways. The team that's in better shape might have an opportunity to finish here in the 4th quarter.
As we look at, again, we mentioned both of those guys up front that are forcing the issue up front. Really impressed so far with the efforts of not only Antoine Mitchell, Kalani Roberts is a big kid, man, that has been so impressive on both sides of the ball tonight.
And again, we're impressed with what they're able to do, but the fact that they're essentially not necessarily leaving the field is why you have to really tip your caps and give those guys 2 thumbs up in terms of what they're doing.
You take a look, Hanahan reset. You see the big fella up front, number 40, Shaheen Greer, senior defensive end. And come on, I don't know how I get a floaty, but next time I'm bringing mine. There's your thumbs up guy, fan cam of the night. Vibes are high. The hotness in pristine fashion. Just informed by some fine folks here at Hanahan. Pro line pressure washing. Cleaned the entire stadium this week to make sure that they were ready for opening night.
Oh, wow. Nice job.
Sure.
It looks I can almost eat off of the bleachers because it's so clean. So nice job, and thank you to them.
Ooh, how about the fade in the back of the end zone? He's looking for Kellerman. Drop it in the bucket. Are you kidding me, young man? Still awaiting an announcement. Orlana, Kellerman, we wait, build suspense, sure.
Wow.
Seems like we might be going to New York to wait for a replay, huh?
Yeah.
Critical call and a touchdown. Once, not twice. Drop it in the basket. Are you kidding me? Senior to senior. Another trotting technical college touchdown, and this one was a beaut.
Talk about drop in the basket. Apparently he got 1 foot in. Beautiful throw.
What do you
Ball
think?
down the sideline. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. Hanahan didn't think he got it in.
You could almost see Kellerman fade to that pylon. A perfect ball.
Yeah.
From I just don't know. It's going to be a highly anxious decision. They obviously took their time, delegated on it. But with that PAT, Philip Simmons is going to jump out in front for the first time tonight.
Yeah, in those situations, don't let anyone get behind you. And unfortunately there, as you can see behind 2 defenders, you see the catch. Oh.
So here's the deal. That left foot, I don't know if he drags it, but if that ball almost kind of carries on that right forearm and he's able to secure it, to me it looks like a catch. The right, no question, out of bounds. But if we can get another look and slow it down, that left foot as it touches, a nice one-hand catch, by the way,
right.
Colton Kellerman. But it is simultaneous.
And it's after he has possession of the football. So let's see, eyeing it.
Watch this left foot come down.
So he has it right
Ball
there.
in.
Foot out of bounds. And does he drag that left foot?
It's close, man. It almost looks like as that left foot is coming up off the ground, it's simultaneously touching those pearly white gloves of Colton Kellerman. Our decision at home, this is where I really love our job a lot more. Those incredible gentlemen in the checkered striped shirts.
And I was just about to say 2 thumbs up to the guys in the truck and our cameraman for being able to come up with that shot and able to slow it down. 2 thumbs up, guys. Way to go.
Come on. We showed you Tim Fennell up in the scissor lift. Our director, Russ. Week 0. Come on. Don't let the guys get hot. We're already rocking and
That's
rolling.
got to be somebody above us, I would
You think so?
say.
Yeah. Well, everyone on a camera tonight, you guys are already in midseason form. We're just trying to be like you. Philip Simmons will opt for a squid kick. Hanahan will down it after about, give or take about a 10-yard return, drain about 5 seconds on the clock. 15 to go. Philip Simmons gets the ball.
The way this first half's been, Jack, let's go ahead and run a play. You get it to Goldsmith, you never know what could happen here, in 15 seconds.
This feels like an old Disney movie. Just get it to Goldsmith and get out the way. Let's just get out the way. Alan Turner is holding them on that sideline for quite some time. You mentioned Brett Fields, Cam Willis, their offensive coordinator for Hanahan. And he's got something drawn up.
Well, you see if you can get a big chunk play here to at least put you in a position to maybe throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Stranger things have happened. We've seen a lot of penalties here in the first half. Maybe get a pass interference, but no, looks like they're going to just take a knee and head to the locker room.
We are 1/2 in from the Hawk Nest, the Low Country, a beautiful cotton candy sun down night. I'm telling you, to say that we've got enough highlights to last a lifetime, we're just getting started, folks.
But what I want to say, Jack, is kudos to Eric Bende going for it there. They only had 1 minute left. They got the good return. Instead of sitting on it, they were aggressive, and that's why they're going to the locker room with the.
We'll come out with the ball as well, but don't go anywhere. Our halftime, all brought to you by Climate Markers Halftime Report. We're hanging tight because I believe the third member of our crew, Trooper Bob, I think he's got a couple words for your boy, Coach Eric Bendig. I'm telling you. Really impressive stuff. Leaving the ball in the hands of Tavian Orlana, holding on, waiting for it. It does look like we do have Coach Eric Bendig. Trooper Bob, down to you, sir.
All right, Coach, you were able to score with less than a minute left before the half. What's your message to your team in the locker room?
Same as it was at the beginning of the game. I told them just go out and cut loose. We made mistakes. They made mistakes. They're a good football team. They're tough. But I told our guys just keep swinging. Something bad's going to happen, but we'll correct it and move on.
In the second half, what would you like to see more of?
We got to do a better job of defending the run. We got to do a better job of tackling. Up front, pass protection is not great, and we got to fix that.
Thank you for your time, Coach. Best of luck in the second half. Hey, guys, I'm going to tell you, most seasons we start, it's 90, 100-degree heat index. Not today. It's a beautiful game for football here in Hanahan. Send it back to you guys.
Trooper Bob, no sauna weather tonight here in the Low Country.
Who needs Dave Williams when they got Trooper Bob?
Blame it, Dave. Come on, that's a hot first half, though. It's a 14-13 Iron Horse lead. Back and forth we go. Come on. Second half's just going to be as much fun. Tonight's halftime report brought to you by Climate Makers. Your comfort is our business. Don't get too comfortable. We'll be back in the second half right after this. Thanks, boys. Yo, come on. What's up? We're damn family at this point, We appreciate you guys, though. Any advice on y'all's end? Just still knocking off the rust up here as well. Cool. Yeah, feels great. That choppy first quarter made it tough, but that second quarter was a lot better. Just from a game standpoint. Yeah. Appreciate y'all.
Welcome to the Climate Makers Halftime Report, where your comfort is our business.
Each week, the Thumbs Up guys are proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The student selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship at the end of each season. Tonight's scholar athletes are first from Philip Simmons. It's the cross-country stud, Mr. Joey Wright, with a 5.4 GPA. And not to sound too jokey, but I didn't know a GPA could go that high. So congratulations to you, Joey. He's a 3-time all-region cross-country athlete, for one time first-team all-state member just a season ago. They actually won the state championship just a year ago in the 3,200-meter race. In the community, Joey is the Beta Club president, also serves as an Ocean Conservation Club officer, and Iron Hearts Club Special Needs Support Club member as well. Shout out to you, Joey. And for Hanahan High, it's Mr. Will Forbes. I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, this might be the next Lionel Messi. Will Forbes is an absolute stud, playing on the JV team in 7th and 8th grade. He was on the varsity team as just a freshman with that 5.03 GPA, an unweighted of 3.93, a beyond bright future. Will, who's gone on a ton of different mission trips, Kenya twice, Mexico, Los Angeles, doing a ton, and not only across the country, but in our community as well. That's this week's Scholar Athletes. Congratulations to Will Forbes and Joey Wright.
Unbelievable to think, 15 years now of high school football, and all along we have been honoring our scholar athletes, the Thumbs Up guys. Jeff and Brandon doing it again this year, helping us out with this. And guys, another year, here we are. How much fun is this for you guys?
Oh, man, we're so glad football's back. I think everybody, after the long summer, is so ready for football. We're so ready to see not only the great athletes on the field, but also the students, the student athletes that we get applying for the scholarship are absolutely stellar.
Jeff, you're Georgia Bulldogs #1 in the country to start the season.
Yeah, hopefully we stay there, but Brandon's right. You know, we got a little taste of some competition this summer with the Olympics, and that's just going to roll right into fall with football and other sports, and Brandon's right. We couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah, and at the end of the year, now we've done it for a couple times, giving out that check. It's kind of the special moment that it all culminates.
Yeah, we're so excited again this year to be able to give away $5,000 to one student athlete at the end of this football season. You know, but it's all athletes, not just football. We know there's cross, there's tennis, there's soccer, you know, all the different sports out there. And the GPAs, what were they last year? 4.5, 5.0. I mean, the numbers you and I never even seen before in our grades.
Exactly. That's the Thumbs Up guys. They are the presenting sponsors of our Scholar Athlete each year, right here on Friday Night Rivals.
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers Halftime Report. Welcome to the Climate Makers Halftime Report, where your comfort is our business.
Hey fans, we're giving you an opportunity to vote for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game. Make sure to log on to abcnewsforward.com/poll and vote for either of tonight's cheer squads. Cast a vote. The Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Games will reveal the results later on in the fourth quarter. Philip Simmons, Hanahan, take a look in. Make a vote.
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers Halftime Report.
Yep, sounds good. What are we running out of this? Okay. Okay, cool. So we got some time to kill on this one. So, no, we're good. We can let's knock out all those reads so we don't have to late. So you said 15, 16, 17? Okay. Yeah, and I'll just follow your lead on whenever you show them. I got them all right in front of me, so we're good.
As the Climate Makers Halftime Report rolls on, we welcome you back into the Low Country. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Philip Simmons, the Road Dogs, with a 14-13 lead against the home site Hanahan Hawks. Jack DeLongchamp upstairs alongside Everett German. And, hey, both of these coaches probably count their blessings a little bit. A lot of mistakes. So expected in week zero. That's why they call it week zero. But got to be feeling pretty good, especially when you dive into the numbers, which are brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute, helping hurt people of all ages get back to their active lives.
Yeah, a lot of total yards for Hanahan, as you see, 261. A very balanced first half for the Iron Horses. Also for Philip Simmons as well. Although I'm not so sure. Philip Simmons, those might be a little backwards, but in the end, both teams with a lot of offense there in the first half. Unfortunately, as you can see, both teams have turned it over and not been the most disciplined in that first half. But all in all, a good first half, a 1-point game. Both teams probably feel like they could be up by 3 touchdowns or down by 3 touchdowns because of their mistakes. Right now, just a 1-point game with Philip Simmons on top.
I think because everyone at home is probably feeling the same way, but Is this an opportunity to, like, maybe not, like, scold your kids, but, like, build them up a little bit? Like, what is the conversation at halftime to their respected teams look and sound like right now?
Hey, guys, for both teams, it's the same thing. We've done a lot of good things. However, we're not getting full credit for it because we've negated those big plays by making silly mental mistakes. So physically, yes, we're executing. Now in this half, let's try to mentally clean up those mistakes. Don't shoot our own selves in the foot and give ourselves a chance to win and capitalize on what we're doing on the field.
You roll this thing on, you can see both teams kind of trotting out onto the field. Remind you, if you remember from last season, all the awards given out this season, the All-American awards, man, they're the absolute best. We really cannot thank them enough. Tonight's trophies and Scholar Athlete plaques that we kind of mentioned, all at the end of the season are provided by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. Who's your guy right now for either team? Who's walking away that player of the game?
Right now, I'd have to say Goldsmith for, obviously, Hanahan. And then when you look at Philip Simmons, I guess you got to go with Colton Kellerman. I mean, 2 big touchdown catches, also has played a little bit in the secondary. So those are my 2 leading candidates thus far.
To make sure when you're catching up on all of the high school football in the Charleston area, kick it to Scott Osborne and Webb Wright, who are going to be hosting that 11:20 newscast. But before we talk about those guys, let's talk about the man, the myth, the legend, the head coach of the Hanahan Hawks, Mr. Rhode Island, head coach Turner. Trooper Bob, what you got for us?
Yeah, I'm down here on the sidelines with Coach Turner. Thank you for giving us some time here. What was your message to your team at halftime?
Well, it's a gut check for the next 24 minutes. I mean, you got a tight ball game, 2 well-coached teams, 2 good teams, and rival game. I mean, you couldn't ask for any more. And, you know, it's going to come down to whoever makes the least mistakes. So we got to have a gut check, get out here and play the second half.
You're only down by 1 point at halftime, still a lot of football to go. Are you overall happy with your team's performance tonight?
Well, I mean, parts of it. I mean, we've made a lot of mistakes. I mean, you can't turn the ball over. You got to win the turnover margin. We hadn't done well on that. You got to win on third downs. You gave up a third down touchdown with 25 seconds to go. So, I mean, there's a lot of parts of the game that we've got to improve that weren't good, but there are a lot of parts that were. So we got to fix that in the second half and find a way to win.
Coach, thank you for your time. Best of luck in the second half. You heard it from the coach. We're going to watch some more football here in just a few. I'll send it back to you guys.
Everett, maybe the best beard in all of coaching in high school football, Mylan Turner, lets us know those keys. Got to take care of the football. Got to get off the field on third down. We got to get out of this halftime report. Philip Simmons leads 14-13, just the point. The second half on the horizon.
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers Halftime Report.
with the second half underway as foot approaches to meet leather of the young sophomore Sam Campbell. We remind you, all kickoffs tonight brought to you by Knights Companies. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. Not to sound too cliche, but one of these teams that displays all four of those characters is going to walk away with a Week 0 W as Philip Simmons is going to start their drive from their own 38.
Man, Jack, 15 years of Friday Night Rivals. I mean, those guys have been, doing it, and obviously Scotty been doing it for 15 years, and Webb, who's joined the team, and big shout out to Mary Margaret, the leader over there at ABC, News 4, and just proud to be a part of these Friday night games for this season.
15 years of changing student-athlete lives. Like, seriously, this video, every cameraman, director, producer, everyone involved over at Channel 4, these young men will be able to keep this video for a lifetime to remember the times that were. And, man, to your point, man, it is an honor to be a part of these broadcasts and help tell these young student-athlete stories.
So I totally expect in this second half, Jack, for both teams to kind of settle down some, not be as jumpy as they were in that first half. And I think we're going to be in for a good one here down the stretch.
Starting to clean it up a little bit. You can almost see them breathing a little bit. I know both teams have gone no huddle and up tempo, but you can almost feel like, all right, now we go. See Orlana hand it off to TJ Walker on that last play for a pickup of 5. They're going to go back to him. Little zone read, cuts it up. Great patience. That'll be good enough for another Mr. Sparky's first down.
Great push by that offensive line. Both teams trying to establish the line of scrimmage in the trenches. Both coaches mentioned that they would need to win the line of scrimmage. See some good blocking there. And sometimes, Jack, it's not necessarily about knocking the defender back. It's just not allowing him to get to the ball carrier or to clog things up. So if you want to just dance with him, hey, do what you got to do to give your running back an opportunity.
A really disciplined assignment football. A lot of eye candy in that backfield with a lot of motion. That's I guess the wisdom and the guru that is Eric Bendig, but Hanahan doing a great job of staying really disciplined. As you can see, a little halfback screen rollout on the outside and a great hit on the outside. That was Mason Bellamy. Just a sophomore? What a captain. Just a sophomore. Great play on the outside.
Looked like a little confusion there as we have another penalty flag on the play.
First of the half. Appears it's going to be on the home team, the Hawks.
Personal foul, face mask. Defense number 23. 15-yard penalty, first down.
I was curious. Watch to see if the hit gets there. I almost thought it was going to be DPI, but
he did get a hand on you can tell by the yank of the head. He definitely got him by the face mask.
And rare, too, to see a face mask on like a not completed play or a run from scrimmage, but just unfortunate that hand of Bellamy sneaks in on the face mask of Webb on the outside.
Once again, the Iron Horses in striking range. They've shown they're going to be aggressive, so look for them to attack that red zone.
Orlana will keep, bounce to the outside, will cut it back up through the middle of the field. Really quick burst, a quick twitch athlete that is Tavion Orlana. We mentioned some of the passing yards, but again, that speed option to the outside because of his experience on the gridiron. You can trust him to make the right decision in these moments.
A nice tackle led by Cam Raymond of Hanahan. Looked like he had some help there as well from his fellow teammates, but you're right, that athleticism allows him to get on the corner. And Eric Bendig said, I've got playmakers, I have speed, I have to devise a way to get them in the open field.
2nd and 5, just picking up 5 yards a pop at will to start the second half. Slowing things down as they'll go back to TJ Walker, running right behind Taiwan Gibbs. Gibbs, probably the smallest of that big offensive front. 5'10", just 210. But because he's so nimble on his feet, they've done a great job of running a lot of quick action behind that big right guard.
Yeah, that low center. You see a great push there, that low center of gravity, and a good job of reestablishing that offensive line well down the field. But unfortunately, once again, it looks like it's going to be negated.
In the backfield, 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
And because, again, this is all pre-snap, right? That's what makes it so fixable.
Because I'm not mistaken, can't they ask the official, hey, am I good? Am I good? Do I need to move up?
Yep, look at Kellerman on the outside, looking at the far sideline judge. So I think that's a lot of confusion that maybe the Iron Horses are having as well. Go back to the ground. That's Kalani Roberts in the backfield. Just a menace to society back there. Nowhere to go for TJ Walker.
You see Yossi Mallet there trying to get a little extra push. We saw Porcher running the ball well in the first half. He got injured. He caught that cramp in his leg. We've not seen him yet here in the second half. Hopefully he's okay. But right now, Bendig doing a nice job of just running the football. Probably setting them up for a big pass here.
3rd and 7 from Hanahan, 33. Got to imagine it's 2-down territory with the way they've moved the ball the last few quarters. Olano will drop back and air it out. He's looking for his man yet again. It was Kellerman. They would have that back pile looking for a back shoulder fade, but just better defense on the outside. Blanket coverage from Tajai Hartwell.
See a nice job of hand fighting there between Kellerman and the DB. And that's a tough throw. I mean, you got to put that, you don't have a lot of room to maneuver there. Surprised they're not trying to expose that middle of the field where it gives him a little more field to work with. But again, putting some air under that one will allow Kellerman an opportunity to run under it.
It was that same go route that Kellerman scored with 25 seconds to go in the second quarter that gave Philip Simmons their first lead. But look for them to maybe run something a little bit quicker here as he drops back. There's that out route yet again. Errant wide is a nice rush on the outside and great defense. Dakota Stevens in coverage, all fired up. Gets Hanahan off the field.
A nice job by the Hanahan defense. You think about it. Philip Simmons scores right before the half. They get the second half, the football in the second half to start, and the Hanahan Hawks defensively have done their job getting the ball back to their offense.
Fired up. Look at Dakota Stevens. We talked about the culture and the leadership, I guess, group. Dakota Stevens feels like who again had a huge second quarter rush in the football. Right now, maybe taking on a little bit of a verbal leadership group. As you can see, he is all kinds of fired up on that Hawk sideline.
Well, and when you have that type of team culture, everyone kind of can hold everyone accountable. And you have that one voice that kind of is the lead voice, as you mentioned.
Swallowed up front. The Babs already got 2 touchdowns tonight, but a really nice play by Jaquan Shepard.
Yeah, this Hanahan team, once again, both teams, Hanahan and Philip Simmons, nice seasons last year. But as you mentioned, and Coach Bendig says he wants to practice on Thanksgiving Day. So it seems like every year programs just adding on until that ultimate goal was reached.
Oh, that's that ball on the ground yet again. Looked like great hands on the outside. Not sure if that was Cam Richardson, the corner that came flying in, stripping it loose of Shepard. Fortunate enough to fall right back on it and retain possession.
Let's see, does he have the ball in the right hand? He goes left, and nope. You got to have that ball in the outside hand. That's why it prevents those types of situations, which allows the defenders to pop it out of your hand. So switch that to the left hand when you're going left. 3rd down and long coming up for the Hanahan Hawks.
And forgive me, hiding behind those big tackles, Richardson came in late. Another fantastic play from Roman Hood, who's been all over the field tonight. The big fella stripped that ball loose. Hippensteel, he's got a man downfield. He's got a guy over the top. Look him go up and pinpoint it. Bo Brabham beats his man in coverage. Dale Porcher got there late, but look at the big fella go up and get it. The junior, open dunk on him, young man.
They talk about catching the ball at its highest point, and that's exactly what he did. As you can see, great high pointed the football, came up with a huge catch on 3rd down.
And credit Julius Hippensteel for evading the pocket, stepping up. He can feel the pressure to the backside and delivers a dime to continue the drive.
And now you're looking at it one-on-one up at the top and a lot of room to work with.
Spacing out, they go back to Dakota Stevens. Taking the shot downfield and right back in the run game behind the guards. Really great play by Brabham. you're curious, too, like, with so much attention to Drew Goldsmith, how important is it for that supporting cast of weapons on the outside to stand out?
Yeah, I'd be excited if I was Drew Goldsmith, because that means I'm probably going to get a lot of one-on-one coverage in that situation because of the safety and the double teaming of Goldsmith. So have to be in position to make the plays and take advantage. Again, another height advantage here in the slot.
Daniel scarred through the A-gap.
I mean, he just looks like a football player. You know, some people just kind of give those vibes. He gives those vibes, number 58, from that middle linebacker position. Once again, making plays in the backfield.
Blood, sweat, and tears. They talk about you perform on Friday night because of the work you put in the summertime. Was able to go see Philip Simmons practice early in the week. Same intensity on a Wednesday afternoon as you've seen tonight, and it's translating.
Well, you practice like you play.
There he is yet again. It's Tonin. 58 Scarth. Shepard. I held my breath because it looked like a really nice cutback by Stevens, but it looks like he's going to be short of the first down. You're looking at about 3rd and 4 now.
And I think, Jack, if he turned that to the left, we'll see here. We can't see from this angle. He could have had a big run. Plan it and decide to go outside. If he cuts that upfield and hit that hole to the left, he's probably taking that one to the house.
It's 4th and 4. Opponent's territory from the 21. Coach Turner's going to opt to keep his junior quarterback on the field. Play action, they're going to roll him out. They got the tight end out in the flats, and they miss him. The first time that they've looked for Mason Bellamy on the offensive side of the ball. It looks like if he just runs into that out route, they got a clean first down.
That's a tough throw. Throwing across your left. Missed opportunity for Hanahan.
Huge stop for the Iron Horses. They hold strong. They'll get the ball back right after this quick break.
I'm going to ask her a question, then they're going to do a cheer. All right.
And then they're going to do a little cheer.
First, we'd like to thank tonight's Booster Club sponsor of the game and one of our most loyal and generous sponsors, Theory Collective. Co-owned by Ashley Priest and Kristen O'Neill, Theory Collective is a modern salon located in the heart of Hanahan on Yeaman's Hall Road. Nationally color certified, Theory offers a collective of stylists specializing in color, styles, makeup, and nail service.
It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Philip Simmons with the ball at their own 20 with a 14-13 lead. We kick it down to our man, Trooper Bob, for a little hit on the sideline.
Watching all the cheerleaders here, they're doing a great job. I wanted to talk to the coach, Kat. They're doing a fantastic job. Now, they just don't do football games. They do other stuff here at TV.
Yes, they work so hard all summer to cheer on the sideline as well. We compete with cheer, and last year they placed at state, which we hope to go back to this year. And then we cheer for basketball in the wintertime. But they work so hard all year for just everything.
They're all in sync. They're doing a great job. Can you give us our favorite cheer?
Oh, yeah.
Great job. I'm going to get to work on the touchdown. All the thumbs up. I'm going to get everyone here to do a thumbs up. But they did a great job. The only way I move like that is when I step in a fire ant pile. I'll send it back to you guys.
Yo, protect yourself, Trooper Bob. I'm the only crazy guy to wear flip-flops. No fire ants for you, sir. He's done a fantastic job of the Hanahan cheerleading squad. Remind you, I told you at halftime, those Delta Force All-Stars cheer of the game. Go vote. ABCNews4.com/poll, Delta Force All-Stars. Really proud sponsor of FNR. You can see a little bit of an early lead for the home squad, which is a little bit surprising.
Yeah, normally the home school, everyone's here, but right now the Hawks winning the cheering competition, although the Philip Simmons Iron Horses, they're winning the game right now.
Trooper Bob said he hadn't moved his feet that quick unless he sees a pile of fire ants. I'll tell you, the big fella up front, big number 70, Antoine Mitchell, he got them quick feet, man. I don't know if you've seen any fire ants here at the Hawk Nest, but, dude, you're not supposed to move that fast.
What do they call it? Like a dancing bear when you're that light on your feet. And I've been very impressed with really both teams' offensive line and defensive line. It really has been a battle in the trenches between the two.
On a back in coverage, he's going to find his sophomore. He's number 8, Cooper Webb. He holds on after a big hit. It's going to be about 3rd and inches. Excuse me, 4th and inches. That was a 3rd and 7 play. Let's see if Coach Bendig will leave the offense on the field.
So a nice tackle made by Mason Bellamy. A first down saving tackle. Had a little bit of help as well and assistance. It looks like Travis Neal. This is a risky play, Jack. You're on your own 30-yard line.
They've got the punter out. I think you're right, especially the field possession battle. His defenses looked really fresh in the second half. Coach Eric Bendig will send his junior punter out, who's just had a booming leg. This could be a pivotal penalty, depending if Hanahan lined up off outside. You think it's
play clock.
Delay a game. Offense number 23. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
You saw it, I didn't. You're the football IQ up here. I defer to you, baby. I totally missed that play clock as well.
Nah, I just happened to see out the corner of my eye that big 0 on that play clock. So, yeah, because I was literally about to say to Hanahan, no penalties here that would give always don't jump to give them a first down.
Punting from his own 15. This is a sky ball up in the air and a really advantageous. Hanahan bounces. A little late shove as Brody Tonin will field it at his own 38. Net punt of only about 24 yards. It's going to give Hanahan great field possession. See if they can take advantage of it on the other side. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Philip Simmons hanging on by that 1-point lead at the moment. Hey, look, we talked about this. The new logo, 15 years in, they had a little adaptation. Come on, the K and the Knight, we love the pun. But is it as cool as that new, that Sunbelt scissor lift that they're letting us borrow this fall?
I mean, the amazing shots from the end zone, all given to us by that camera right there. Special thank you to Sunbelt Rentals. Every year, 15 years strong, obviously giving us our lifts, our scissor lifts, so that we can give you the best coverage and get amazing looks like that.
Talk about a young man that's played amazing tonight. How about Trey Shepard with 2 touchdowns already? Kind of looked like, as you saw the late Henke, maybe a face mask at the end of the play.
Yeah, you can absolutely add 15 onto that. The fact that his head is not supposed to go in that direction, that's an easy call for the officials tonight, who've been very busy. Needless to say, great job by those guys in the black and white.
Wait, an official announcement.
Incidental face mask. Defense. His 5-yard penalty is tacked on to the end of the run. First down.
Now for our NFL and college fans here at the high school level, state of South Carolina, that incidental face mask is what allows it to be 5 instead of 15 that you'd see at the next level.
Can honestly say, Jack, I had forgotten about that. Learned something new on day 1 of the new season. 15th year of Friday Night Rivals.
Good enough for another Mr. Sparky first down. Go back to Shepard. Come on, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Running with a full head of steam. It's good for another first down. Just right outside, but good enough. As we check out our Rapid Repairs Red Zone, Trey Shepard running like a man on a mission.
Yeah, he's toting the mail tonight. I love his explosiveness. Just want to see him protect that football a little more. And all that traffic won. It looked like he almost lost it right there. You got to cover up when you feel those white jerseys because you know they're going to be swiping at that football.
Brand new set of downs, 1st and 10 at the 10, so it will be 4 and a score. They go back to Shepard behind the guards, and man, that push up front. That was C.J. Van Hoy, the right guard, leading the way.
Right now, I'd be surprised if you saw Hanahan put the ball in the air. You're right, it's working so well. The ground and pound attack, some fresh legs coming in now. So now Shepard will come off, and let's see who'll get his opportunity to carry the mail.
We've seen a lot of Dakota Stevens back there, a lot of Trey Shepard. Isaiah Snodgrass actually started the game in the backfield this time. Told you, there's the linebacker. It's Travis Neal.
Look at the big backfield there in the Wildcats.
You're the Clemson fan. Is that the fridge?
Oh, my goodness. What about Mr. Mitchell? Give me the ball, and as Ludacris says, get out the way. Mitchell with the run out of the, well, I guess not the Wildcat, it's the Hawk format for the touchdown.
Well, it's a Wildcat, it's like a wild hog. Big man touchdowns, we love them. So does Trident Technical College. You lead the way, you didn't even have to run through anybody.
Looked like he knew what he was doing. I mean, come on, Mitchell. He's trying to get that All-American Award trophy at the end of the game, and they're going back to it again. Why not?
Is this the most electric? Oh, there we go. He's going to jump back on it, the PAT. They opt to go for the 2-point conversion after the miss, after the last touchdown. A high snap gets by Mitchell, but not before a big man touchdown.
Wow. Just the fact that, normally most linemen aren't comfortable running the football. Nah, he looked like he knew what he was doing, and a great run, and now... There you go. 2 thumbs up from the student section there at Hanahan.
That's our thumbs up guy, fan cam. Yeah, how about that perfect timing? Rip off the Hawaiian shirt and let it rip, young man. I'd be that fired up to see Antoine Mitchell tote the ball a couple more times tonight.
So now you have that on film. So when teams prepare for a Hanahan, they'll have to say, hey, when he's in the game, this is what he's going to do. Now the next evolution is the Tim Tebow jump pass, Mr. Mitchell. Got to have to add that to your repertoire.
Seriously, though, shades of the fridge, a Clemson, a Chicago Bear, that's a big dude that we have commented all night. There is a reason that Travis Hunter of Colorado at the collegiate level is an anomaly. The kid's going to be a top 5 pick in the NFL draft out of Colorado, playing in the Big Pac-12, now the Big Ten. Playing both sides of the football is no easy ask. Week 0 to have your conditioning legs underneath it. Mitchell has quite literally played nose tackle, left tackle, and now QB.
Well, and probably more recently, if you're a Clemson fan, it's Christian Wilkins.
Oh, sure.
Who's now playing for the Raiders. And speaking of Clemson, next week, right here on ABC4 at 12 o'clock, a game against the top-ranked Georgia Bulldogs in Atlanta.
You want to talk about just a premier weekend? You start off on Friday night with Friday Night Rivals, and then a little SEC on ABC. It's got a nice ring to it.
Can't beat that. Scott Eisberg, I know he's excited. I saw he got some swag earlier this week from the SEC, so he'll be very happy.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he did. But, yeah, you're right. We got your weekends all set up for you. Friday Night Rivals on Friday, and then, SEC football on Saturdays.
Here's the deal. You joked about 15 years Sinclair is rocking and rolling. There's a reason that they continue to push out a premier product. Join us every Friday night. We're not going anywhere.
And the best high school football show recap. Those guys do a phenomenal job, from public schools to skis and pleases to everything in between. So definitely want to catch those guys starting tonight.
Scott Eisberg, Web right at 11:20. They'll have highlights from all across Charleston for you. But Eric Bendig and the Iron Horses, they're looking to add maybe a couple more. Just right around a minute and a half left in the third quarter. That's the show, we're telling you.
Yeah.
They go live at 11:05. I think the boys with the sweet ties head out at 11:20. But make sure you join them. They're the absolute best in the business, as you mentioned.
But Eisberg, they got to get the bands back in the studio.
Dude.
Once COVID happened, it kind of had to stop. But, yeah, that Eisberg got to bring that back. That was always cool to see the high school bands perform in studio.
Porsche is halfback sweep to the outside for a gain of 6. I actually, no kidding aside, one of my earliest memories, maybe hypothetically speaking, taking quick naps under that anchor desk at ABC News 4 as a youngster. The Burke band that rolled in was one of the most majestic moments of my life. I'm like, oh man.
No napping when they're in.
No.
Big third down here, Jack, for Philip Simmons. They try to answer the score from Hanahan on the previous drive.
Quick snap. They're going to go back to Porsche on the outside. He's going to cut back up to the middle of the field, a gain of 8, and they'll move the chains. A huge Mr. Sparky first down. As again, here's the adjustment, right? Chestnut checkers. Big push up front from Hanahan right now. All of a sudden, Philip Simmons is moving the game outside the hashes.
Well, I was just asking for Porsche. I wanted him to see him back. It's good to see him back on the field after leaving in the first half. Seems like every time he touches the football, big things seem to happen. He's another young man that just runs behind his pads, runs angry, and he's trying to run this Iron Horse football team to the first victory of the season.
Charleston, South Carolina, stay with me. Put your 4s up. We got 1 quarter of football left to play between these two rivals. Hanahan 19, Philip Simmons 14. Ladies and gentlemen, football fans galore, it's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Hanahan 19, Philip Simmons 14. As we recap and look back, let's go ahead and look in at the Cruz Chevrolet drive of the game. How about the game-winning score to this point? Love a big man touchdown,
Yeah, you got to give it to Mr. Mitchell, Antoine Mitchell, the senior offensive defensive lineman. But before that, some hard running by the Hawks to get in position. Trey Shepard doing the majority of the work, but then the capper, the big guy, rumbling, stumbling, bumbling into the end zone. And that's why right now, Hanahan clinging to a 5-point lead. However, Philip Simmons on the move.
That was the Cruz Chevrolet drive of the game. Cruz Chevy on Rivers, just north of the Northwoods Mall. You've got a friend at Cruz Chevy. Philip Simmons crossing over the 50-yard line. Will go back to Porsche. Looks like he stopped right around the line of scrimmage. Great defensive front, a name that we haven't said yet tonight. That was Josh Amara. See, wearing that big bulking knee brace, the junior linebacker, coming up with a nice big play.
Well, I mean, come on. When you got a last name like that, you know it's going to be a good kid. So, but yeah, no, that's a big knee brace there as you see playing through it, not allowing that to be a distraction for him. He's just getting it done, leading this defensive charge for Hanahan.
Big time shout out to that last name. Best in the business.
There you go. And also Aiden Greenwald with the tackle.
Great ball from Orlana.
He finds Brody Tonin across the middle of the field for about a 9-yard pickup.
And when he gets time, Jack, he's so pinpoint perfection with his throws, able to put it right on the numbers. Didn't really have to move. Those are the types of plays. Get in rhythm. It's going to take that type of precision down the stretch if he wants to come back, bring his team back for a win.
We saw the chin strap up around the nose of number 6, Brody Tonin, a junior, tough, physical as all get out. Get used to hearing that name. His little brothers, Trevor and Chase Tonin, freshmen, they're twins. Their dads on the coaching staff bring a whole lot of grit to this team, but not before that gritty defensive front keeps doing its thing for the Hawks.
Kalani Roberts, I thought he was on offense. He was in the backfield so quick. Another big guy showing that he is light on his feet and he can make plays. Great job by Roberts blowing that play up. That play didn't have a chance, as Roberts being very disruptive and forcing a huge 4th down for Philip Simmons.
4th and 6, and that play clock down to 10 seconds already as Orlana waits for a sign. He throws up some X's, let his team know what they're going to audible and check down to.
He's going to have to hurry.
Oh, wow. Timeout from Hanahan. That play clock was dwindling down.
Yeah.
If they don't run the special teams unit out, we're going to show it to you. That's actually going to be our Will Lugray Opportunity School stop of the game. Will Lugray never stop learning. I mean, that's a big play up front from Roberts if they don't go for it on 4th.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. As you see here, able to beat the block of Philip Simmons. And again, that play clock, not sure if Hanahan realized it, but it was literally 1 second on that play clock. So either it would have been a delay of game or Philip Simmons would have been forced to take a timeout. So a lucky break there for Eric Bendig and the Iron Horses.
See, Roberts got there first. The garbage disposal, that is Travis Neal. It feels like that orange helmet's been all over the football tonight, cleans it up. You can see a quick conversation between he and defensive coordinator Brett Fields. Did you bring pressure here, force the hand of Orlana? It feels like when he's had time, he's picked apart that secondary, but when they bring that pressure, this defense is scary.
Yeah, and really they had the one big completion down the field, but otherwise not really much. So yeah, I would force the issue, try to get the ball out of his hands. He definitely is the playmaker. Let's see if Hanahan brings the heat.
Eric Bendig sticking to his guns. Gonna roll the offense back out. Dual receivers at the top of your screen. Brody Tonin in motion at that tight end H-back spot. Oh, they get him to jump off sides. And there's the flag. You want to talk about the senior leadership. Now, I don't believe it'll be enough for a first down, but 4th and much more manageable.
Yeah. Give me 4th and 1 any day as opposed to 4th and 6.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And that's a young man that looks, feels, sounds, talks like a 3-year starter. Great work.
And I'm sure that coaching staff from Hanahan told them, don't jump, don't jump. That's where the mental discipline comes in. And we talked about what they needed to do in the second half. You're doing things fine physically, but those are the types of plays. You have 4th and long, now it's 4th and 1. That sometimes literally is the difference between winning and losing. So they've got to wipe that off now. Got to not allow Philip Simmons to pick up a yard here.
Hanahan stack in the box. 4 down men. 2 running backs in the backfield with Orlana. Tonin back in motion. Snap high. They're going to go back to the ground. It's T.J. Walker. Did he fall for it and have enough? It sure looks like it.
Right foot, left foot. Which foot will spot the football?
Who's always jumping around on your screen? Is it not Daniel Scarf, dude? His energy is so contagious, whether it be a middle linebacker, special teams, long snapper, the center in this case in point, do enough of a job of clearing the way.
Looked like he had to get to the 37-yard line here. As I'll definitely say that Hanahan won that particular play in terms of the line of scrimmage as they were able to, again, force the issue back. You talked about falling forward. Let's see.
Here comes your chain gangs. It was who other? The big fella Antoine Mitchell first on attack. That looks like a
first down.
A happy away sideline. Good enough for a purpose-driven athletics first down. Purpose-driven. Guiding student athletes to their collegiate success. Guide me to the end zone if you're Eric Bendig here. We've seen a lot of groundwork. I feel like a lot of the quick slants, you mentioned the skinny post that we found Cooper Webb on. What does it look like finding the end zone? Are they going to drain some clock? Like, what's the recipe here offensively?
I think this game has definitely slowed down here in the second half. Early on, back and forth, up and down the field, even though the points may not, show that. But second half, a little more methodical. So, yeah, I guess you got to get points when you can and then just rely on your defense to continue doing what they've done in the second half.
A low snap, but a great ball. Did he find Cooper Webb? Sure he did. Down at the 2-yard line. What a pass. A perfect pocket. He steps up, and Orlana puts it right on the numbers of the young sophomore, to Cooper Webb.
To Jai Hartwell, that ball just over his fingertips. I thought he was going to be able to either deflect it or knock it down. That was, I'm talking fingertips. What a pass for Phillip Simmons.
He jumps the route, but Orlana, the strength, gets his feet set underneath him and delivers maybe the most important pass of the night to this point. I know he had the fade at the end of the second quarter heading into halftime to Colton Kellerman, but this to potentially give the Iron Horses a lead.
Look for Porsche here up front.
TJ Walker's going to dive in. Will he have enough? And he does. Porsche leads the way, and Walker slides on in to recapture an Iron Horse lead.
That's just man-on-man football there. Helmet to helmet. Who can get their pads lower? Who can get that push? You see, Hanahan did a good job once again getting in the backfield, but give credit to the Iron Horses. They run what we used to call 34 blasts over the right side. Hit that hole. That's what they did. And now the Iron Horses looking to extend.
Well, a little eye candy as they go into motion, but with a 1-point lead. Conversation is the PAT will split the uprights and move it to 2. A lot of football left. You consider going for 2 there to try to make it a 3-point lead?
Yeah, because, a field goal will still beat you here. But they took the 1. They're up 2. Now you have to rely on your defense.
A TJ Walker touchdown set up by an absolute dime from Tavian Orlana. How about the Phillip Simmons Iron Horses storming away 21-19. Still 9:18 to go. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
There must have been some type of shooting or something at the Somerville Stratford game.
No way. Let me text my boy.
Yeah. I guess they made all the fans leave or stuck in the parking lot. Wow.
A touchdown here at the beginning of the fourth quarter will reclaim the lead for the Iron Horses. And what better time like the presence? How about the Climate Makers? Coolest play of the game. Your comfort is our business. It's got to be the dime, huh?
They got to be. And that was just a cool drive by Phillip Simmons to regain the lead. As you see the big throw here down the middle. Again, just over the fingertips. Right place, right time. And, of course, the Iron Horse is able to top it off with the big run. Phillip Simmons back on top.
I'll tell you, I don't hate the decision by Hartwell to try to jump it and make a big-time play. The low snap, right? The poise to stay, hey, we're okay here. That's a sophomore going up and making that play, taking the top off the defense. Cooper Webb, a really bright future.
Well, no pun intended, but you have to be cool in those situations. You can't lose and get all flustered, and that was a nice job by Phillip Simmons.
Oberhaven picks up the squib, and that ball's on the ground. Was it picked up by an Iron Horse? I think it was.
Coach Turner mentioned we got to win the turnover battle if we want to win this game. And right now, Phillip Simmons getting all the breaks, especially here lately in the second half.
Head coach Mylan Turner besides himself on that sidelines. As it looks like, watch at the end of the play, let cool heads prevail. As that ball clearly out, it looks like it's going to be picked up and recovered, I believe.
first down.
And when you're the up guy, Jack, they teach you get what you can, cover the ball up, and then get down. He didn't, unfortunately. You can't fault the kid trying to make a play, but a costly turnover by Hanahan. They do catch a break, though, with the dead ball penalty, so that'll back Philip Simmons up.
Ball was scooped up by Mason Michaud, a senior. Really heads up play to shed the blocker and jump on that loose football. But to your point, hey, this is right. I would like to go back into the archives a little bit. The GOAT, right? A Hall of Fame Friday Night Rivals guy. Darren Goldwater said, hey, this is winning time.
Yes.
I say this on this broadcast a ton. Winning time. It's a huge play in this game. Now, can Philip Simmons almost, I guess, take advantage of it? Maybe put that final nail in the coffin and run away from it.
Unfortunately, another penalty.
Dead ball, false start. Offense number 59. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That felt like my fault. That felt like a good old-fashioned broadcaster jinx.
But it is that situation, it's correctable mistakes. Guys don't move, and especially when you're on offense, they tell you the snap count in the huddle. So if it's on 2, you can't move on 1.
Oh, there you go, back to the ground. It's DJ Walker, who quite literally, in just 5 seconds ago in game time, scored a touchdown to put the Iron Horses back on top. They go back to the well, about an 8-yard game.
And you just love the passion by all these kids, high school kids out here, leaving it on the field, anxious. Yes, they're not professionals. They're going to make mistakes. But these guys, they want to win. And the team that makes the fewer mistakes is the one that's going to get that W at the end.
The margin of error is so slim. I talked about it a little bit in the open, and I haven't gone back to it because it's a new season, wash it. But for that dude, right, said it a couple times that he wants to be practicing in Thanksgiving. He wants to compete for state championships, right? Knows he's got to clean it up. It was a year ago that his team was 8-0 and putting the state on complete storm, right? It's this Hanahan team that waltzed in 3-5 in non-region play that ruins their perfect season. They walk away region champs. It kind of almost derailed Philip Simmons in a way.
Well, and make no bones about it, this Hanahan team is a good football team. They're going to win a lot of games. And quite honestly, they can still win this game tonight. This game is far from over.
Far from over, but a great step in the right direction off that right foot of TJ Walker. Look at him put it in the ground and take off up the field. He's fired up, and rightfully so.
Yeah, Tajai Hartwell with a touchdown-saving tackle once again. Those running backs doing a good job of getting in the secondary, that second and third level of that Hanahan defense. So, again, he's just running hard right now, and it seems like Philip Simmons is starting to wear down this Hanahan defense.
Yeah, and I made mention, too, as it looks like we're going to have another maybe late whistle.
The play was over. Dead ball, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 22. The penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down, Philip Simmons.
And this is where you have to play with emotion, but you can't play emotional. Chippy game, rivalry, going back and forth, but those are the types of plays that are the difference in being 1-0 and 0-1. So you still have to keep your composure. You still got to be cool-headed. Right now, Hanahan just starting to unravel. But, again, bend but don't break. You got a chance to force a turnover here if you can.
We've already seen 2 turnovers in the red zone from each team. That penalty flag will advance them into the rapid repairs red zone. But, you can almost, if you're Hanahan, go, we can feel this game slipping away. You can see them start to play a little bit more emotional. Still 8:03 in this contest, though. Think about how many times we saw the ball flip hands in that first quarter. A lot of football left to be played. Do they have one big stop in them? Go back to the ground. It's TJ Walker. How about the patience to push forward for about a 7-yard gain? Looked like it was going for negative yards.
And that's making something out of nothing. All night long, the defense of Hanahan has been in that Philip Simmons backfield, but Philip Simmons determined not to just lose and give up on the plays. As you see TJ Walker dodging a couple of defenders in the backfield, not only not having a play for a loss, but gaining 5 yards on that run. Correction, 7 yards. It's at 2nd and 3.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. TJ Walker, who bought and waited for his time. It was Asbury and Williams a year ago running for over 3,300 yards. He was solely playing defensive back. This year, playing both ways and taking advantage of that opportunity, like you said, saying, hey, it's my time now.
So Walker out. I'm sure we'll see Porche in. And once again, we thought it would be different this year. Eric Bendig blessed to have a two-headed monster back in the backfield in terms of his run game.
You mentioned, too, you're a Clemson guy, lightning and thunder, right? There's a whole lot of lightning in this running back room. We talked about it. Daryl Porche, T.J. Walker, and Corey Steed, who we've seen on both sides as well, they were 3 of the 4 members of the 4x100 team for cross country and track up at Philip Simmons last year. Little jet sweep, Tonin. Does he cut back in? Yes, he does.
How about the block by Porche? Number 22, the kick-out block on the left, which led his teammate into the end zone. You got to be able to run it. You got to be able to block it all in right now. Philip Simmons on cruise controls. We take a look here. You'll see 22, the lead blocker out there, trying to find look at the big block to just let his teammate walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Iron Horses.
Brody Tonin, his first of the season, immediately went to go find Daryl Porche, who's going to be having a whole stack of pancakes tomorrow morning.
And this is a big extra point because this would make it a 2-possession game.
Splits the uprights, and that was a 9-point lead with 6:25 to go. Here's the beauty in sports, right? Trusted the quarterback to make the big throw. And Orlando, that's the exact same jet sweep that Tonin fumbled in the first half. They go back to him, and the Iron Horses push the lead to 2 scores. 6:25 to go from a Week 0 W.
Remember, when they're all the way down there, you can go down there. Just walk behind them. Yeah. You can go anywhere.
We welcome you back into Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Yes, the Iron Horses are winning by 9 with 6:25 to go, but we're here to announce what everybody's been waiting for. The results for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars cheer. The game sponsored by Delta Force Athletics, home of the Delta Force All-Stars. Proudly cheering on the Low Country's high school sports.
And much like the football game, the Iron Horses have come back. They were down at our last update, but the Philip Simmons Iron Horses have gotten on their horse, and they are the winner of the Delta Force All-Star Chair of the game.
They must have heard us. Not that we were talking trash. We said, hey, it's a surprise that's an upset. The home team's here. Not that the fine folks over at Philip Simmons didn't make the drive, but a shout-out to everyone who went and voted and supported the Delta Force All-Stars Cheer tonight. Congratulations to you young ladies. An incredible amount of work on your end this summer to get ready for tonight, and your hard work paying off.
Yeah, much like the football team, they hope to be having cheer practice on Thanksgiving as well.
Hey, come on. I know that Trooper Bob interviewed the head coach for the Hanahan squad. Those state championships, I don't know if you've ever been, they're overwhelming. They're loud, very proud, obviously. It's a lot of moving pieces in those gyms, too.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it.
That kick is going to sail out of bounds, giving Hanahan some solid field position. 6:25, 2-score game. Sense of urgency now very real. You got to put it in the hands of your quarterback. What do you want to see out of Julius Hip and steal this drive?
To not be greedy. Don't force anything. Still plenty of time left, 6:25. So, yeah, if they give you 10 yards, take the 10 yards. Just work your way down. Maybe get into your 2-minute offense. And then, of course, if you're Philip Simmons, continue doing what you're doing. I hate the prevent defense because all it does is prevent you from winning. Keep the pressure up. Just don't let anyone get behind you.
Well, hey, it was a huge first half, and we mentioned a couple of those plays that came back, but
It's been a quiet second half from Drew Goldsmith. Huge to the defensive coordinator for Philip Simmons, Alex Renner. This is a really loud, energetic dude. Saw him in practice earlier this week. Man, his team has made quite the adjustments in the second half to quiet big number 3.
And it seems like the game switched on that fourth down play, had the tight end out in the flats, couldn't complete the E, which would have easily been a first down. And ever since then, it's been all Philip Simmons.
Lippensteel's looking downfield. He must have heard us. He was looking for number 8 on the outside. That's the junior, Evan Behan. Excuse me, that wasn't Behan. That was Hartwell. How about that? Hartwell hadn't played offense all night. 9, not 8. Got to get some binoculars, folks. Excuse me, but that throw just a little off.
And you saw how much space Philip Simmons is. They're almost giving you the 10-yard curl. So just take what they give you and just work your way down the field. The good thing about that incomplete pass, it stops the clock.
Little play action, puts it in the chest, a little RPO. How about right on the hands of 4? We've seen him all night. Can he beat the man tripped up? A shoestring tackle. But Trey Shepard, that's a bad man. A shoestring away from his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, Darryl Porcher with that touchdown save. Got just enough of the foot to trip him up, get him off balance. But again, talk about taking what the defense gives you wide open. We've been asking for them to kind of expose that middle of the field. That's what they do there. The Hawks back in business.
Kayvon Rivera a year ago for this Hanahan team, now at Catawba College, ran for 2,900 yards. Yet Hippensteel threw for 178 passing yards a game. Looks like he's starting to get his swagger back as he throws a little back corner fade. Miscommunication between he and Goldsmith as the timing is off. But I love the adjustment, right? Hey, I missed the guy on the out route. How's Hippensteel kind of bounce back? Puts a dime right on the chest of big number 4. That's why he had 128.6 QBR just a season ago.
Well, but here's where, as a quarterback, you and your wide receivers have to be on the right page. Because if one runs a skinny and you throw to that back corner, that could have easily been an interception. So right now, make sure you are 100% sure on your routes.
Green wall in motion. They go back to the ground. Nice run and a pickup of about 5. Where, again, sense of urgency. We got to pick up bulk in yards as Trey Shepard with a nice run. It looks like a Hawk is slow to get back to his feet.
That's a smart, trying to maybe catch Philip Simmons sleeping, playing for the pass, hit them with the quick run. We have an injured Hawk. I can't see who that is, Jack.
Never want to assume, but hey, we're just getting started. Week 0, not sure what that means, but we've got a loaded slate this year. All games being streamed on My TV, Charleston, and YouTube as well. Cane Bay at your neck of the woods. West Ashley, Ashley Ridge at Oceanside. That game actually going to be played at Charleston Southern University. Great opportunity for those young men to play in front of some college coaches. And then on September 20th, a little rivalry.
The Holy War.
Oh, the Holy War. Bishop England playing host to Port Royale.
Great schedule this year for Friday Night Rivals. I know we have Wando Stratford. I believe we also have Somerville Fort Dorchester at the end of the year and some games in between. So really looking forward to seeing some solid high school football being played here in the Lowcountry.
Rivalry slate this year, I'm calling
Yeah.
it.
Every week is rivalry week.
Oh, a lot of teams that don't like each other. It makes our lives a whole lot of fun. How about Hippensteel's going to keep it? Little QB draw as he fakes it to Shepard. Picks up about 2 yards.
But now you got to hurry and get back to the line of scrimmage. The clock is not your friend. You need to get the ball twice here, and you only have 2 timeouts left.
Again, they won't go to huddle. They check to the sidelines to pick up the play call. That, to me, clearly, hey, let's make this 4th and more manageable. Now the battle of the trenches. Play of the night for the Hawks.
And here's where you wish you kind of had a really solid kicking game, because you could take the 3 here, play defense, knowing that you would still need 2 scores.
Man, this is going to be close. The Iron Horses think they've got to stop. It's the big fella up front, Mike Garnett, the second string nose tackle, with a huge play in the backfield, and this is going to be pivotal for the chain game to come make a decision.
Yeah, they're not even going to measure it, because it looks like they needed to get down to the 13-yard line. And, yeah, they're barely over the 15.
How about that? Mike Garnett, a name we haven't referred to all night. Look at the big fella. Go show him some love. Blew that play up before the start. And could be, as we mentioned, final nail in the coffin. Let's see if the offense Can't pick up a couple first down. Put week 0 to bed.
Hanahan, as I mentioned, with 2 timeouts left. But here's where, yes, you want to get your 2-minute run offense. You got Porsche in the backfield, and expect a good dose of Mr. Porsche here.
A little counter to the outside. Hanahan stacking the box. Holds Porsche to about a gain of 2. I want to go back to that ball, right? When they go to film study, we talk about, obviously, Hippensteel and his star receiver, Drew Goldsmith. You mentioned running a different route. Is that a read on the defense where, hey, we got to have the same IQ in that moment? Or do you think it's pre-snap, just, hey, I threw the wrong route?
I would think based on Hippensteel's his reaction, I think, yeah, he read one thing and the wide receiver read something differently. So just an unfortunate situation on that throw.
We're back to the action this time. Porsche's going to cut it back up the field. A really nice tackle by Aiden Greenwald. Seen play a little tight end as well. I only go back to that third down throw to the back corner of the end zone, more so because a lot of the mistakes we've seen tonight, very typical, right? Illegal formation set up, 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. But that one's almost like that's a fun teaching moment for a coach where he can sit down and really dissect the actual game itself instead of just, almost brain farts.
Yeah, the safety did this, corner did this. This would have been the correct read. So the play clock in each end zone's down to 5. So obviously Philip Simmons, they want to hike it with 3 seconds or less.
Oh, big hit. There yet again was Greenwald with the stop.
Said his name several times tonight.
Hanahan will have to take that timeout now as we're looking at about 4th and 6 for Eric Bendig's group.
And you need a big return here off of this. Now, I'm not so sure. Down 2 scores, Jack. I may even go for it and see if I can get a punt block or something.
Send the house, right?
Yeah, because if you don't, 3 minutes, you got to get down. You got 1 timeout now. See if you can get it.
Well, I know that I've had a blast tonight, and there's something in the air, but are you kidding me with this? SEC and ABC, peanut butter and jelly, come on. It's the duo made from heaven. How about that slate next week?
Yikes.
Clemson, Georgia, Miami, Florida, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, all going to be brought to you on your local ABC affiliates. You're my Clemson guy. Come on, how we feeling? Noon kickoff.
Everything I've heard, Cade Klubnik, the quarterback out of Texas, seems to have taken it up a notch in terms of mentally, but obviously a good Georgia football team. Kirby Smart's got a machine there in Athens. Hopefully it'll be a good game. And then a lot of people high on Miami. They got the transfer from Washington State, and the new quarterback there, so we'll see.
Oh, how about this booming kick? Almost outkicks his coverage. Shims Goldsmith back about 20 yards, but then he outkicked the coverage. Oh, how about this tackle? Cam Richardson stands him up. The Hawks will have the ball at the 50.
Fundamental open field one-on-one tackle. Cam Richardson putting on a clinic in terms of how to make a tackle.
Chop the feet, bury him down. And are you kidding me with the hospitality upstairs?
Yeah.
Down 9, Hanahan seems relaxed. They're bringing us fries and burgers. Yeah, dinner and entertainment. As to your point, I know I joked about, hey, I love our job a whole lot more than everybody else, like in those striped shirts down there. Our officiating crew's done a great job. Remember when I questioned why Philip Simmons didn't go for 2 to make it a 3-point game?
Right.
Now they're up 9 instead of 8. Yeah. I see you, Coach Bendig. Hippensteel. Goldsmith. Can he beat the man in the corner? Never say die.
Wow.
Hold your breath, folks. 2:42 to go. Drew Goldsmith said, come on, boys. Been too quiet. Jump on the back. Tried in technical college, your future, your college. I wouldn't mind Drew Smith's future, son.
And once again, hit him in stride. Led him up the field. Didn't throw it behind him. Never had to break his stride. Well, I guess he did a little bit. Actually thrown behind him. Good adjustment by Goldsmith and able to take it to the house. Hanahan not done yet.
Oh, he's swimming on.
Touching of a forward pass.
Oh, no.
Offense number 3. The receiver was covered. 5-yard penalty and a loss of down. 2nd down.
Oh, wow.
The story of the night, the band's playing. Special teams was running out. We're singing the high, lofty praises of Mr. Drew Goldsmith. And the theme of the night, a yellow hanky to ruin the momentum and the score that cut it to just 3. Devastating miss here.
And Coach Turner is besides himself. Once again, another big play negated by a fixable penalty.
Drew Goldsmith especially, it feels like he's been on the negative side. The penalty actually was on him. The call on the field, illegal touching. So I'm not sure if he pushed off after 5 yards to create separation, but man, a really pivotal moment. That almost sounds stupid to say, as obviously they wipe a touchdown off the board, but man, that's a killer for the Hawks.
You think they're not necessarily a penalty here. They need to, it should be 2nd down and 15 because the referee mentioned it was loss of down.
The illegal touching you mentioned, right? So with no offensive pass interference, obviously you're jamming them at the line of scrimmage. Did it extend past that 5-yard mark? Did anything stand out to you?
I did. I heard him say the tight end, or maybe he was covered up. Maybe he was on the line, off the line. Not quite sure what happened there. All I know is what should be now a 2-point game. Unfortunately, still a 9-point game for Hanahan.
Hippensteel's going to go back to the air. This time he's got Trey Shepard in and out of the hands. Those crossing routes in the middle of the field have been there all quarter for Hanahan, and Trey Shepard, who's been spectacular, sees one go in and out of the midst.
Probably just so excited because he was so wide open. Got to watch that ball all the way into your hands. You can't run before you secure that football. A tough break for Hanahan.
I think he was thinking what everybody here at the Hawk Nest is thinking. Deja vu. Same route, different dude. He's about to take that to the crim with a whole lot of green grass in front of him. This time it's Shepard in motion. Hippensteel will move the pocket. Got nowhere to go with it. We'll throw it out of bounds. It almost feels like the entire air in this building was just taken out, still kind of besides himself as to what the heck we just witnessed.
I can honestly say, as I was looking, I didn't even see the flag.
I had no idea.
I was looking down this way for the touchdown and getting ready for the extra point.
Because the way that the sidelines moved, the entire sideline's still down at the goal line.
And as you mentioned, the band was playing, so I had no idea. And so you look back and you're like, uh-oh, White Hat's talking again.
Man, I do want to say this because it's going to be a night that Drew Goldsmith may be upset with himself or what could have been. Seeing number 3 in blue run around tonight reminds me a whole lot of a number 3 in green from a year ago. Yannick Smith, we had the pleasure of watching last year for the Somerville Green Wave. Mr. Football, he's now playing at East Carolina. The more special talents we've seen in the Charleston area quite some time.
Right.
Drew Goldsmith, the way that he strides with the football, very, very comparable.
And again, this is a young man that has probably not left the field at all because he plays on the secondary as well. So to still be able to have that energy, that stamina, that determination in the fourth quarter in a highly contested game against your rival, it just says a lot about his performance tonight.
His first team all-region season just a year ago, 55 catches for 852 and 9 touchdowns. It dang near feels like he's had that wiped off the board tonight. So leadership, senior year, how does he respond? Is it anger? Is it upset? To me, this is a young man under Coach Turner that goes, next week, let's go get a win next week.
Yeah.
Because it's exactly what they did a year ago.
Well, and I kind of feel like it's one of those situations where, guys, literally we could not have shot ourselves in the foot anymore, and we still had a chance to win this game. So when you look at it that way, you didn't play bad. It was just a mental lapse that unfortunately right now looks like it's going to cost Hanahan. But also, Coach Bendig and his Philip Simmons, they could essentially have the same conversation. Like, guys, despite how badly we played and the mental mistakes, we were still fortunate enough to win. Imagine when we eliminate those mistakes.
4th and 15. They go back to the middle. They find Goldsmith. What a tough play through the middle of the field. It looked like he came down with it, and it looked like it might be a targeting call. That was Daniel Scarth that laid the boom at the end of the play. Goldsmith slow to his feet. What a gritty, tough football play. We'll hold on to our seats as we actually wait what looks like will be a targeting call.
Yeah, you're right. He did seem to be a little wobbly there for a second when he got up off of the field. So let's see what the official call is here. The Hawk just will not die. They are not going down without a fight.
late announcement. We're now moving the ball back to the previous line of scrimmage, which would, to me, assume offsetting penalties, which would be, again, devastating for Hanahan, where we await the call.
Personal foul, targeting, defense, 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, and the penalty does result in a first down.
Okay. So no offsetting, they were just getting their exercise.
Speed walking is an Olympic sport, I understand, but you're throwing us all for a loop with a little hezzy there. Good enough for a purpose-driven athletics, first down, guiding student athletes to their collegiate success. To me, if I'm a college coach watching this game, the numbers throw them out the window. Drew Goldsmith popping up after that hit, refusing to go to the sideline, tells me everything I need to know about that.
That was a big hit.
Hippensteel back to the middle of the field, and this time it's Trey Shepard. He holds on for a diving snag. The resiliency to bounce back after his drop just 2 plays ago. And again, never say die. Dude, Julius Hippensteel has found his bread and butter through the middle of the field right now, just picking apart his secondary.
Well, and Hanahan has no timeout, so Philip Simmons is giving them the middle of the field. Of course, the clock stops on every first down, so more importantly for Hanahan, you got to throw the ball past the sticks. You don't want to catch the ball inbounds and it not be a first down.
Move the pocket out to the left, throwing across his body. Man, almost another diving effort from Shepard outside the outreach arms, but Julius Hippensteel is showing us something right now.
And he had a wide running lane, Hippensteel did, Jack, as he's rolling left. If he had just stopped and looked to the right and just took off, there was no one in sight. If the guys in the truck can roll that one back, we can show you exactly what we see up here. Now, of course, up here, it's a hindsight, but on the field, but you see the roll out here. Right there, look at that hole that he could just take off. Probably could have easily picked up another first down.
He cuts it upfield, and again, a 7th penalty by Hanahan Hawks tonight. It's another illegal formation. It will not result in a loss of downs. It will be 1st and 15. They'll replay the down.
I kind of have a feeling that Hanahan practice tomorrow might just be formation practice.
Can you spell it? Nice little out route on the outside. Great timing, great ball. Puts it right in the chest of Bo Bravin.
But you got to get up. You got to be in your hurry-up offense. You have no timeouts.
Like the college game, the clock will reset after a first down. That only good enough for about an 8-yard pickup. It'll be about 2nd and 4. Quick action. Drops back, middle of the field. He's got Shepard. Once, twice, how about thrice? What I thought was his 3rd touchdown of the game will actually be down at the 1-yard line. And Trey Shepard showing us something in week 0.
Hanahan, you got to get on the line of scrimmage. The clock is stopped right now. You got 3 plays, but you got to get in that end zone sooner than later, as you see only 1:34 left to play and a timeout taken by Philip Simmons.
And no timeouts for Hanahan for the remainder of the game. They're looking for a score and onside, a little light magic. We've seen crazier Friday Night Rivals, folks, but man, if I'm a Hanahan faithful, I'm excited about 3 and 4 on the outside.
Yeah, a bunch of playmakers all over the field. Offensively, Hanahan has looked solid. Defensively, they've done their job. Second half, though, Philip Simmons definitely the aggressor, able to kind of take control of it. But, again, despite that, still 1:34 left to play. Anything can happen in these upcoming minute and 34 left in this contest.
I mean, a storyline that we have not mentioned quite yet. We talked about the stud running backs, and rightfully so, respectively playing at the collegiate level. For Philip Simmons, been so impressed in what this defense has looked and felt like in Alex Renner's group on the defensive side of the football. Line's been good, linebacker core aggressive. They're missing Troy Stevenson, who a year ago was a 4-star and now in Dublin playing for Georgia Tech tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's a big piece to miss, yet this secondary has quite shored up. A Colton Kellerman interception in the first quarter, but who's going to be that second guy to take on the supporting cast? They quieted Goldsmith, but not quite Shepard. How about that? No razzle-dazzle needed. It's Dakota Stevens. Big number 12, the Trotting Technical College touchdown. He's going to extend to 3. Dakota Stevens scampers in.
And that was a gamble, Jack, because if you don't get in and you get stopped, stop, there's a pile up. You valuable time because you have no timeout. So a gutsy call by Hanahan. It works. Stevenson in the end zone, and now the Hawks will try to make this a 2-point game.
Fourth touchdown of the night, and how crucial has special teams been, as we've got a little deliberation over another penalty flag. If you're a Hanahan, you're going, not again. We just, but not again. A Goldsmith touchdown that was pulled off 4 minutes ago. But it's not again.
So I say we have more touchdowns that have been taken away from us than we've actually scored if this one doesn't count.
Recap the scoring efforts. Trey Shepard with 2 touchdowns. We love the big guy touchdown. Antoine Mitchell.
The play is a touchdown. There is no foul for unsportsmanlike conduct. We'll try for 1 point.
Love that they picked it up and put it back in their pocket. Head official Kyle Balkowski did a great job, but they have been a busy crew tonight as Hanahan looks to tack on the extra point. It'll be Sam Campbell. Game of inches, hip and seal, put it down, split the uprights, cut it to 2. Minute 31, and does the young sophomore Sam Campbell have an onside kick to ignite Hanahan high? It's a little bit of magic.
Well, it comes down to this. If they don't get the onside kick, the game is over.
Ball game.
Because you have no timeouts. Coach Bendig, they'll just take a knee and that be it. However, if Hanahan comes up with this onside kick, look out.
Come on. That dude's fired up. I'm not sure if we got that or not, but the thumbs up guy, Cam, I think that dude just ripped out 26 push-ups. I know I don't have that in my bag anymore, but impressive stuff from the fans that are going, hey, Coach, give me some pads. Let's rumble.
I do have 26 thumbs up. I can give you I actually only have to give 13 because they're 2, the thumbs up guys. So, but yeah, you're right. Able to, again, Hawaiian night here. And you love to see the student body coming out and supporting the football players, the cheerleaders, the band. That's what high school, is just all about. Kudos to Hanahan, the student section, doing a phenomenal job tonight.
Back to school this week for high schoolers in the Charleston County, Berkeley County School District. This, a Berkeley County rivalry, was a year ago, 37-34 Hanahan to eventually lead them to a region championship, 4-0 in region play. Spoiling a perfect season from Philip Simmons. 1 onside kick recovery, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of sweet vengeance for some of those Iron Horses that tasted that bittersweet defeat just a year ago.
Got your hands team out there for Philip Simmons. Kind of want to try to get it on that second bounce if you're Hanahan. The big bounce over that.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Oh, what a great play. That ball might be loose. Oh, goodness gracious, folks. Buckle up, buckle up. Immediate reaction, said the boys in the blue, but it looks like Philip Simmons might come up with it at the end of this pile. Some extracurriculars, but there he is.
Philip Simmons able to come up with it. Hanahan, all you can ask for is to give yourself a chance, and that's exactly what they had. But give credit to Philip Simmons as they come up with the big recovery.
I got to tell you, coming a bit outdated at the next level.
The result of the recovery is irrelevant. We have first touching of the kick by the kicking team short of 10 yards. The ball belongs to Philip Simmons, first down.
I got to tell you, I didn't necessarily see that first reaction. They're fired up, and rightfully so, and I'll tell you why. Because what I see on this replay, and if we can go take another look, Brody Tonin almost pulls in an unbelievable one-handed catch. That's first touch from our view upstairs. Obviously, they don't have the great fortune of seeing that. If we can get another look, I almost thought this is an unbelievable play. Masterful kick by Sam Campbell to get that late extra hop and giving his guys a chance, because after Tonin pulls it in with the one hand, a huge hit jars that ball loose.
Coach Turner just getting the explanation. So take a look at the replay here, Jack.
There's Campbell lining his guys up. They go to the weak side. But watch this late bounce.
the big bounce, right? There's the second big bounce.
And I see no touching from Hanahan until this one-handed play by Tony. And then clearly fumbling at the end of the play by a nice play by Tajai Hartwell, who's been all over the pitch tonight. But I didn't see illegal touching. Granted, Philip Simmons comes up with the football regardless. So end all be all, the Iron Horses are going to, I don't know,
escape,
sprint away from this ballpark.
I mean, they got just about every break that they needed. Both teams played well the majority of the game, but in the end, it was just the penalties, the turnovers, and Philip Simmons made one more play than Hanahan, and that's why they're going to get the win tonight.
So Orlana in victory formation. He bounces around, as you can see, Hartwell and Goldsmith desperately trying to get to the quarterback and prolong this game even longer than we imagined. But with just 30 seconds and the play clock at 25, this ball game's all wrapped up.
What a way to kick off the 15th season of Friday Night Rivals. Outstanding. If this is an indication of what we're going to have through October, we're going to have a good season, Jack.
You can tell the hesitation in my voice. I'm still waiting on something crazy to happen. I'm like Ron Burgundy, like, who put that question mark on the teleprompter? But a 37-34 win last year, and this time, the second go-around, no longer region foes. Eric Bendit and the Philip Simmons Iron Horses on the back of their senior quarterback, Davian Orlana, are going to head back to Berkeley County with a big dub.
Both teams played well enough to win. Both teams played not well enough to win. Somebody had to win. Somebody had to lose. Tough loss for Hanahan. But, again, correctable, fixable mistakes that we know the Hawks will absolutely get done as the season goes on.
Let's show some love for the three-year starter and the senior quarterback. He's tonight's Knights Company's player of the game. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. Tavian displayed all four of those characters, and your player to watch.
Yeah, came up big tonight. Some big throws, some big runs. Did a great job, again, of just being able to lead his team to victory. When his team needed a big play, Orella able to step up and make that play. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Philip Simmons, the winner of tonight's Friday Night Rivals game.
Well, don't go anywhere. You see how stoked he is? I'm just as excited. Tavian Orlana and the Iron Horses. We're going to take one final break. It was a 28-26 win, and when we come back, it'll be our trophy presentation brought to you by All-American Awards. Don't go anywhere. We got some hardware to dish out. Yeah, sorry, you got it. They've got. We talked about it in that meeting. I think let them chill, get everything settled, let everyone be in the background, and then we'll hit everything and let them build up the excitement. So we E and I can kill time. Yeah. I would love to. I've got it on Do Not Disturb, but I'd love to. That's also
you know who I am, right?
Yeah. Good to see you, good sir.
Yes, you don't.
Yeah, no, but he did text me. What's your name, dude?
This is Josh.
Josh. You look like you could take my job, dude. You a Cristiano Ronaldo fan? Favorite player? Soccer your favorite sport? Nice. They need you kicking field goals out there and like. It's coming. Awesome seeing you, sir. Well, if that's just the start, boy, are we in for an unbelievable season. It was tonight's Knights Companies Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet, a nail-biter. Philip Simmons holds on 28-26, despite a final push from Hanahan. Let's go ahead and take a look at our final stats update of the night, brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute, helping hurt people of all ages get back to their active lives. And there were some active dudes on the gridiron tonight.
I would say offensively, a great shootout on display here. Hanahan and Philip Simmons, as you can see, a ton of total yards, balance scoring for both, balance yardage, I should say, for both teams. Able to get it done on the ground, through the air. Unfortunately, some turnovers for both, but kind of nullified each other because they both had mistakes. The penalties, though, 18 in total. That's going to be the one thing that both coaches, Coach Turner and Bendig, I'm sure they focus on. Just in the end, congratulations to Philip Simmons. The most important stat, 28-16.
And an alleviating, I think, stat in there as well. Life after KJ Asbury and Sherrod Williams and Kayvon Rivera for Hanahan. Life is good. Each team ran respectively over $140, $160 for Hanahan. And that running department, that room, still really deep for both of these squads. Well, I'm going to kick it to our third member, Trooper Bob, who's dominated all night. But I'm going to kick it down for the All-American Awards trophy presentation to one of the brightest young stars in the coaching world that we have today, Eric Bendig and his Philip Simmons Iron Horses after a huge win here week 0. Trooper Bob, Coach Bendig, come on, let's rock and roll.
Out here with the coach, also player of the game, number 15. Quarterback standing right here. Great job leading your team to a win. Coach, I had people from upstate New York messaging me watching this game all the way to the end. It was back and forth. Did you expect the game to go the way it did?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I expected it to be one of these games. I knew we could come out here and win, and I knew our guys had the talent and the heart to do it, but I did expect it to be a pretty hard-fought game. Hanahan's a really good opponent.
Overall, are you excited about your team's performance and going into the other games this year?
Yeah, I mean, we take it one at a time. I tell these guys earlier, we work way too hard not to just relish in these moments right here. And, I mean, these guys work really hard, and this is so deserving for them, and I'm just so happy for them.
Well, Coach, I'm happy for you, too. Congratulations on the big win. Here's your Knights Company's game-winning trophy, and I'm going to let you guys celebrate.
Hey, Mom! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to my mom!
Oh, happy birthday to your mom!
Miss Diane Lamb. Happy birthday to my mom!
Don't worry, Coach Bendig. I got you. Diane Wilson, Coach Bendig's mom. Today is her birthday. I mentioned that I had called some of Eric's games. I know his mom. She used to be in charge of the Booster Club. Great lady. So he was giving a shout-out to Diane Wilson. Happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday. I feel sad. I should have brought a birthday cake. But we will say this in our final thoughts for Hanahan. Coach Mylan Turner, in just his second season, the buy-in, real. Like, so real. This is going to be a force to be reckoned with at the 3A level, not only in the region, but the state as well. But let's talk a little bit about a guy that means a lot to us. He was my teacher my sophomore year of high school, Eric Bendig. To watch him do what he has done, starting this program, 37-26 all time, he moves to 38-26. He's 29-8 in his last 37 games. You want to talk about a program not just building for the now, but building for the future. Yeah. There's something special going on for those boys in purple.
Well, like I said, people want to be a part of something that's successful and winning, and that's exactly what Eric has done over at Philip Simmons. Obviously, in that area, some great athletes that he can pull from and getting them to buy in. You know, you talk about the off-season and working out and the two-a-days in the fall camp. That's what these kids are doing now. Eric Bendig, he gets it. He's young enough to kind of be able to relate to them, but they also respect him so much. And that guy definitely has a bright future ahead of him. Philip Simmons, you got a good one at Eric Bendig, and what a way to start off the season here with the win tonight.
Trophy presentation brought to you by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. They provided that trophy that you see the senior quarterback Davian Orlana carrying. They'll provide all the trophies this season, the end of the year plaques for our student athletes. But I'm telling you, the weapons for that Hanahan sideline, not only Goldsmith, they got a stud in Trey Shepard. But to me, you said it in the broadcast today, we've got some real bright stars at the quarterback position. Was really impressed with not only Orlana, but Hippensteel as well.
Hanahan disappointed that they didn't get the W. This is going to be a big season for them. Back to the drawing board, eliminate mistakes, and it would not surprise me if we don't see Hanahan playing in that first weekend in December.
On behalf of the legend Everett German, myself, Jack DeLongchamp, our director and producer of Russ, everyone on crew here, but these guys right here, they allow these student-athlete streams to be played on the forefront stage. Knights Companies, Crew Chevy, Mr. Sparky, Miller Dawson, Siegel and Moore, Delta Force, Climate Makers, Trident Tech, Sunbelt Rentals, Purpose Driven Athletics, Will Lou Gray, All-American Awards, Rapid Repairs, Southeastern Spine Institute. Here's the deal. I know you probably didn't want to hear me read it all, but that's how much they mean to us. So we say thank you to you all. We thank you all, you viewers, for tuning in for week 0. Just getting started. Big boy touchdowns, interceptions, fumbles in the end zone, game-winning drives. Come on, let's have a 2024, folks.
We'll see you. Don't forget, coming up, 11:05, the best in the business, Scotty Eisberg, Webb, Wright, highlighting all the night hotels on the Night Company's Friday Night Rivals. Thanks for watching, Jack and I. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
The puns are
West Ashley.
The puns are just getting started. Friday, September 6th, 2 weeks, Cane Bay, West Ashley. We say goodnight on behalf of Knights Companies Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.